Oh, hello there, and welcome back to Broad Strokes Plays presents Walk on Rolls, Dungeons, and Detention. I am your host and headmaster, Kevin Allen. Thank you for joining us once again. And by us, I mean myself, our director behind the scenes, Justin Zagri. Say hello, Justin.
Hello,
Justin
Justin.
will most likely be saying hello in the chat, but on occasion he speaks through possession in the form of one of our first players, Garrett Schwackhauser.
Hi, I'm a puppet.
He's also known to be a real boy, Zachary Jaworski.
More of a marionette.
And ain't she just a doll, Katie Katulik.
I'm like a finger puppet. I don't know.
Thanks for coming back, guys. It's been 2 weeks. I hope they were good to everyone. I lost my hearing since last Monday, but I think I've got it back because you're all coming in crystal clear for me. And please let me know if we have any further technical difficulties, which I am not coming in clear to you all.
Wait, you lost your what?
Yeah, like out of this one ear. It's a long story, but it's like it's popped and it hasn't popped back yet. And I'm this close to being normal again. But last week, yeah, it's been rough.
Oh no.
I know. You don't realize how much these things matter, but
like basic senses, like here.
Yeah.
Pretty important.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
But I didn't lose taste. So that's all that matters to me. Taste and smell.
There you go. Taste and smell. And sight, and I guess hearing and Well, I'm glad it's back.
All right. Yeah, me too. Well, and everyone else is doing good?
Just
Great.
tired.
Then
We just came here straight from work. Let's do this.
So
I still have my tour guide lips on. Yeah, I feel like we all probably did.
All right. Yeah, I see that we have some activity happening in the chat, and that's super exciting. If I can get this window to fix itself, my whole technical setup is just being a nightmare today, which is why I'm relying heavily on Justin. And there's also the student activity board right here up in the corner where you guys can chime in, be part of the show, have your very own walk-on roll, as they say. And then down there, I believe, no, down there. Yeah, there.
Yeah, that's right.
At the bottom of, it is right. At the bottom of the chat is your accumulated mana points where you guys can cast magic and represent your very own Haven Hearth homerooms. It's very exciting in my opinion. Oh yeah, Twitch kicked me out of my own viewing, and that's so rude.
It's not for you; it's for everybody.
I know, but I wanna be a part of it. I want to say hello to everyone like Kasara and Drake. I saw we have Alicia over in the YouTube chat. Thank you for coming back. Hopefully Jason's going to show up because you guys can represent your homerooms by telling me what they are. We'll get into all that. But for now, let's just catch up because it has been 2 weeks. And let's begin, as we always do, with our morning announcements.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of homeroom points to really go around last session because you guys were technically outside the school, and by which I mean you were under it as you continued your exploits and adventures and not dying against 3 dragons. Bingley, Mr. Darcy, and Shade, respectively. Shade obviously being the worst one that you had to get around. Brahm's pet dragon, who is the hoarder underneath the stairs, so to speak. And Alex was able to jump in and shield JJ from Shade's wrath using a discarded shield. And I think that house points 10 house points go to him for that effort. JJ then stepped up to create a wall of light between himself and Alex, paying him back, but still earning himself and his homeroom 10 more points. And then Paris came in to aid you both by adding fire, culminating in a reenactment of the Balrog standoff from Lord of the Rings, and 10 more points for her homeroom. In the same vessel, Anahit, who had to say goodbye to us as she was badly injured, was able to give you all an herbology-related token to aid you on your forthcoming adventures. So 10 points to her homeroom. And that's really just 10 all around to everybody except for Emerald, who's not represented by anybody except for Justin.
Yeah, what's up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we'll get to how that works in just a moment, because you guys continued on in your exploits against this dragon. Alex was able to use his new Daredevil Duster Broom to create a dust devil of wind and smelly roof flowers to finally overcome the dragon's senses. And you guys were able to escape, so to speak. But in doing so, everyone exhausted all of their fortune. Alex fell off his broom. JJ tried to hoist him back up awkwardly, which made it hard for Paris to mount herself up. So Alex did take a small fall and a smack in the head from his new broomstick, and might have also been singed by a wall of fire and light. But that wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it was that she all got caught. Brom, the Nisa, who joining him, who is not a gnome, they are different. They are taking over Christmas, and that's fine, but they are distinct from gnomes. They got those hats that cover their eyes and those beards. They're called Nisa. Everyone, I just have to throw it out there.
Okay, I gotta redo my Christmas cards. Oh man, that's awkward.
It's okay. I'm not an expert on Scandinavian folklore, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Off my soapbox. But because the staff had been alerted to your exploits, you were rescued not just by your own efforts in defeating Shade, but by guidance counselor Professor Phillips, who cut a hole through space and time to pull you into the hollow room, where he promptly blew out the microphone and scolded you on your misadventures underground, asking the Nisa to then take you to detention, which was not only your first demerit, just so y'all guys know, like 60 homeroom points were deducted from all 4 of your houses, which means I have to get 60 to Emerald.
From all 4 of our houses, you have to give like 220 to Emerald.
No, just the 60. You guys lost them all as a group for being where you shouldn't be. Yeah. So essentially, it kind of just evens right back out.
180. I'm doing the math.
No,
right.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
I'm not stacking because he's in the lead. So, you guys still earned those 10.
Hey,
but y'all lost.
You got
50.
10 for saving my life, you two. Thank you both.
Yeah.
That's all your life is worth.
Yeah. So now, starting from the bottom but working their way back to the top, Amber, join the team. It's at 0 points. Sorry. Yep. Ruby, achieve the dream, is at 49.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. Amethyst, save the world, is at 51.
Ooh, it's close race.
Sapphire, defend the truth, is at 73.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
We look pretty good for our age.
Emerald, doing so well, leading the way, is at 200. Just yeah.
You know what? I take that as a badge of honor that we have gotten into enough trouble.
Yeah, so the Amber homeroom of Cersei living up to their namesake, so to speak, by creating so much mischief that 0. Big old goose egg. Yeah, so you lost points and you were sent to detention, finally fulfilling the title of the show. where you two met a new professor, kind of, and you also met two boys, Charlie Nemo and Soren, whose last name I forget right now.
Is it
Soren
over
Mulhaven.
California? Darn.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it would
sorry.
be Soren over California.
He's from Connecticut.
Oh, right.
Anywho, the professor, Professor Grosswater, was called away on mysterious business through using a skipstone housed inside of a rotary telephone in an otherwise very ordinary, non-magical room. Once you guys cracked the code to using said telephone, you did the exact same thing and were whisked away to unknown territory.
Parts unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do
Huh?
we get to try new food?
It's the place where all the wrestlers come from.
What?
So,
If I
as
remember
we
correctly, didn't one of those kids like deface the defensive ward of the school, and that's why we
Yes.
skipped stoned out of detention?
Yes, he did.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, so you met two of the three main troublemakers of the school, and now including yourselves. He decided he wanted to bust out of detention as well, so you all tagged along through the skipstone of a wooden nickel, and
Mhm.
find yourself completely encased in a kind of stoop surrounded by stone columns and dirt walls. And in this enclosed space, you discovered a well, you discovered the ornate doors to some building that we will get into. Well, hopefully you'll get into it. On these doors was a beautiful gilded Art Deco depiction of what looked like a staff. And more importantly, to Alex, it looks like a staff that he had seen a few sessions ago in his mind when trying to pull a moving image out of an enchanted seeming two real film projector. And when he had that epiphany that these doors might contain the staff that he saw, he realized he had seen it in the hands of JJ, carrying this enchanted staff he discovered in the dragon's hoard.
It's still in my hands.
Yes.
Wait,
Never
was this
took
the
it away.
staff that the guy was holding in my vision? The one that I drew a picture of?
Yes.
Great.
So, with that inspiration, let's talk about the final act of morning announcements. We have to award inspiration. Now, Katie voted for JJ's corset of ice, which had immobilized the dragon. Zach voted for Paris's homemade wall of fire, which held back the dragon. Garrett voted for Alex's dust devil of Rue, which stopped the dragon. So, for defeating the giant dragon nesting in the Lost Theater under the school, each of you has been awarded inspiration for tonight.
Yeah.
You don't have to share it. Each one of you get the chance to re-roll any roll you feel tonight, just once. And as we return to our story, I hope you use it wisely.
Do I still have it written down on my thing that I had the reroll from the last time, and you're like, oh yeah, because I wasn't given a chance to use it, or is it
No,
gone?
but you could have used it. You could have used it yesterday. You had plenty of chances with that dragon, and you still didn't. So that one is gone.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
do have a reroll for tonight.
Okay.
All right. So each one of you get a chance to reroll one time. I know you've bumped up your stats. We have updated stat cards because you guys have used a lot of book learning yesterday with them dragons. And I hope you use it again tonight as we return to Dungeons and Detention.
Woo!
Before you
Okay.
are the ornate doors with geometric designs of a pillar or a staff with a cut gem on top, beaming light out in opposite directions. Above that, the formerly gilded words, Havenhurst Monument to Sorcery. And towering beside you, perhaps startling you with its sudden presence,
Oh,
your presence being sudden and it being there already, an oversized statue of a faceless wizard kneeling beside the doors. In his right hand is pointed up towards his left, which is open, facing upward, inviting you inside. So his wand points the way. His hand leads you to pass through the doors. And it's at this moment your stowaway, Charlie Nemo, comments out loud that he really wished I wrote home to my family before getting trapped down here.
What? We're not trapped. There's doors everywhere, Charlie.
Right. I mean, no one else is like a little claustrophobic at the moment.
No, no, we're
Okay.
all together.
Yeah.
Chilling.
It's better than being alone, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't say.
Is this in the school? This room is massive. I pull out my school map and I look at it to see if we're anywhere on the school map that I have so egregiously just messed with. I look at it. Do I see our dots
Mhm.
somewhere that says you are here?
Let's use some magic for this and make a charm roll.
Love it. Charm,
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah. This is, the standard, like, you're really kind of aiming for 10. It's a 1 to 20. I'm just seeing where you
Yeah,
fall.
yeah, yeah. I'm using
on
my
this,
wand as well because I'm like using it as like a pointer.
Oh, I assumed you would be.
Of course. Great start. 2 plus 1. That's a 3. Plus another 2, which, hey, guess what, big hitter? It's a 5, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh boy.
Hi, Whiskey. Sorry.
It's all right. I'll say this: it appears, but you're having a hard time finding it.
We're
I don't know how to award that. Like, you kind
no,
of
it's fine.
take the adversity token.
I'm pinching and zooming, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we're here, but like,
So while you struggle with that, Charlie comments, Havenhurst. Where did you? What was the extension you dialed, or the thing? Like, where'd you send us?
Wait, did it say Havenhurst or Havenhearth?
It says Havenhurst up there.
Listen, we haven't been going here long, but that's not the name of the school, is it?
No, it's Havenhearth.
The code was soulless.
the
What?
tone was soulless.
No, the code. He asked what the
Mhm.
code was that we used, the number that we dialed. I have it written
yeah.
down. Do you need me to remind you?
Yeah.
I didn't know what you
I-
guys dialed.
It was only moments ago. I've forgotten in my trip through the skipstone. Soulless, like SOLACE, or
Like 5537
Less of
705. Like soulless. Like we flip it upside down. Remember? Do you remember? There was a mirror and not the mirror, the
a chalkboard.
board. Yeah.
Yeah. Paris, it just happened. I remember. It was only mere moments ago.
Okay, so
Yeah,
It
SOL.
feels like it was 2 weeks ago.
So soulless, SOLLE.
Yeah. SOL.
Okay. So like the sun. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Can we please, guys? I can't see
Soulless.
anything.
You can't see
No, there's
anything.
no-
No.
No, son, it's dark. I take out my wand and I go bright, and I try to do a light spell.
Do a charm roll. You're aiming for like 3.
You're right.
Because you used the
I love
perfect
it.
magic word.
Yeah, right. That's not the one that was given in class, but I love it.
Steer Riker.
Well, this is a 1, so I'm gonna use both my die. Cool. I got a 5.
I'm so glad we're getting the bad rolls out of the way now. Okay, cool. A dim light emanates from the point of your wand, and everyone can see now that it's not just the doors, like you're gleaming the fate light through the cracks of
Mhm.
whatever's above you. You guys can see now. You can see the detail of the wizard statue. You can see the whole doors, like where the handles are in front of you, and you can confirm now that it says Havenhurst Monument to Sorcery.
Havenhurst Monument to Sorcery.
Monument to This must be what the school was originally built for. Remember, it was a mausoleum.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. We learned that from the Hob. You know the Hob, right?
Was that the little guy who popped in in detention?
No, that's
Was.
Anissa.
Part of the Hob.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, like I know I've heard of Hob.
Really?
It's like a
Cadus isn't in on that? I mean, I figured he would have told you.
well,
Um,
Cadus is Polish, so I think he's heard of Nisa even.
hmm, whatever.
But
Just saying.
I'm from America, so it's all like gremlins and goblins here, you know?
Oh yeah, loved Gremlins.
Yeah. Anywho, can we please go through the doors, please?
Uh,
Can we go?
which Paris?
I'm
Which
glad
door
I can
should we
see
go
now, but
through?
can we get out of here?
Well, you're asking which. Is nobody gonna question the whole Havenhurst thing? Some
I mean, I,
there's a horror movie named Havenhurst.
What?
oh, what?
Oh my
I've
god,
seen
are
it in
you
my
kidding?
dreams. I've seen it in my dreams.
In your Oh, it's one of the one of the dream horror movies.
Well,
That's
what
interesting.
happens in it? You know what? Don't tell me. Don't even tell me. I don't know what I know. I don't know what
Well, you can do a
Oh
quick
god.
synopsis. Do you
Ugh.
remember?
Ugh. He pushes through you guys and tries pressing on the door, and it's not
Wait,
opening.
which door? Okay, first of all, we need to find the center of the school where you defaced the thing. Okay, so I pull out
This,
my map.
but this isn't even the right school. We don't go to Havenhurst. That's what he was
Uh,
saying.
I mean, unless this
Oh,
is an old area of the school. An
yeah, because we're
old
still
area.
on the map. I hold up the map and I point to our circle.
Okay.
roll again. Now that you can see, roll one more time to see if you can find the circle. I'll give you another chance.
Oh, you said I saw the circle last time. I just didn't know where it was.
I said it was on the map and you couldn't see it.
Oh, well,
You
here we
couldn't see it
go.
because it was dark. Mm-hmm.
Guess what I got with my charm? A
What?
2 plus 1, which is a
Oh,
3. And
how
since
bad
I'm
is your
using my wand, I got a 4. I exploded. And I got a 1. So 3 plus 5 is
Great.
8.
Great. Are you using your wand or are you using the staff?
The staff, why not? It's kind of hard to take a staff and point it down at a piece
Yeah,
of
so
paper.
you're using your wand. 8 is good enough. You faint. It's faint because you're technically on the wrong floor. You know how that kind of works?
Oh, yeah.
So you see, I get to use my map again. You see a dot appear right here.
I think you're right, Alex. We're in an old part of the school.
You are under the garden.
I think we're under the garden.
Are there bodies buried here? What?
Where are the bodies buried here? Can we please leave?
I mean, if it's a
He starts
mausoleum.
pushing on the door again. He goes, I can't do anything about it. What do you...
Okay,
Oh
all right,
God,
calm
I'm
down.
usually not
It's
like this.
okay.
I'm usually not like this. Oh, I
You're
don't like
so
small
far. You're
spaces.
being very cool. It's okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Please don't tell
Are the
Cadus
doors
I'm freaking
locked?
out
Is
like
there a
this.
reason why we're not opening them?
Oh, I don't know. I can't get them open. I guess they're locked. Maybe they're sealed shut. I don't know what's going on.
I take out my staff and I push it at the door that's in front of us.
You like just push the door with it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
does it open?
It does not. You're trying
Try
to force
pulling
it open?
Does it have
You're
a
a
little
strong guy.
Does it have a handle, like a lock, like a little handle?
There are no handles.
There's no
It's
like
just-
locks that can be
It's
picked.
just the design, no locks that can be picked.
Are we still in the same room with the giant statue?
The giant statue is there. The giant statue is almost replacing one of like what would be the 4 columns of the, I forgot the fancy word I used, but porch. So it's
Ooh.
the character, now that you can see him, it's like a massive man kneeling down and leaning, like trying to like
He's
Which-
pointing us to a
if
door.
I could,
Which door
Yeah,
is he gesturing to?
his wand is pointing like this, and his hand is essentially gesturing at the door. The twin doors are just on the either side of his hand. It's not, you can't see that he's pointing to any particular one unless you like really want to line your hand up with his digits or something like that. Because you haven't said that yet. But he is looming over and just kind of generally gesturing. I'm gonna use my pencil like this
Yeah.
toward the doors.
Is there anything in his hand?
In his open hand, no, and then in his other hand, his wand.
Yeah, in his open hand. Okay.
Is there like some sort of password? Do we need to speak friend and enter, or like
Ooh.
look at the design on the door?
Are
I
you asking me?
whisper Havenhurst into the door. I like go
Hurst.
up to the door and I go,
Havenhurst.
"Oh, sorry, what was it, Paris?"
Havenhurst.
Nothing happened.
Oh, maybe it's a spell. Maybe he's doing a thing with his wand. Maybe we should try doing that too.
Do that
Just
as
kind of
well.
mimic his pose with power.
Well, you know what they would always say? Open sesame. Maybe if we say it all together and we do a spell, we can get the doors to open. Do you want to help us, Charlie?
Do you guys have any sesame oil on you?
Sesame.
Oh boy.
I've got some remembrance.
If we touch the statue, does any part of the statue move?
Try it.
I touch the statue.
With your hand?
Yeah.
Where?
Just his wand.
No.
Try this.
Now his hand. I clap his hand.
With your hand, his fingers curl up. Like, and then yeah. No, it doesn't like grab your hand, but his fingers curl up. And then release.
I give Paris the staff. Try that.
Yeah, give him the staff. Okay. I put the staff on his hand.
Oh, okay. The doors go from a golden kind of like, I mean, it's very tarnished, it's dirty, it's dark, but there's clearly like a brass or gold wiring plating that is what's creating this ornate image. And when you lay the staff on its hand, it rolls up and kind of points right at it. The bright white light exuding from the gem turns that gold into kind of an opalescent or pearlescent shimmer that washes over the doors. They almost beam with a blinding light for half a moment, and then slowly, smoothly fly open. And this hand releases the staff. Charlie books it right through.
Wait. Okay.
Do you guys follow?
I will follow. Can I get it? You said the statue didn't have a face at all.
Are you examining it now?
I am. Yes. Because now that I see the staff in hand, things are kind of clicking with me.
How badly?
I'll pull out my drawing to see if I can, if it looks, how reminiscent it looks to them.
Let's see. How many details can I give you before I break into your intuition feat? The face of the statue looks like it's been eroded away, or perhaps carved away. It's very rough and bumpy, and whatever face was on the statue is no more. You can only get a vague
hint
shape.
of a mustache.
No discerning features, which is all I can tell you, unless you really want to be like intuitive about it.
Yeah, I think I do. Does that mean I need to use my skill?
Yes.
Yes. So to see.
All right. Let's eat a bean, shall we?
I've got one. I'll use it. All right.
It's red. I'm gonna hate this so much.
Mine is weird colors. Let's do it.
Yep, I can tell. It's a pepper. Not terrible. Not terrible. Okay. I think I can fight through this.
What is this? Tomato sauce?
You
What's
do
going
not.
on?
Ooh, it's getting worse. You do not see any features on the face. So, absolutely nothing you can recognize because there's nothing. The jawline looks semi-familiar. The overall proportions of the figure, granted he's in a very different position, kind of like hunched over but still poised. So you're not getting like the straight back proud stance that you had saw, the heroic barrel chest that you were getting from the image, but you can tell that this strong-shouldered individual with has similar robes on. You don't recognize them from the film. You do recognize them from the pile of stuff that you were kind of having to stumble through with the dragon on stage.
So I recognize it.
Yeah, you recognize the figure, you recognize the robes, you recognize them well enough because you paid for it, that you see that it's not the outfit he was wearing. That outfit, yeah, it's a different outfit, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but
you don't recognize it from what was in the film reel, the film projector,
Okay,
where that was.
But it's I still recognize it as the same dude.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great.
Mhm.
I know I've seen this guy.
What?
When I
Did
was
you walk
under,
through the doors? Or were
I'm-
you standing? You were standing back to examine it. I know.
I
Alex
was looking
right?
at it. I wanted to give it a good look before I went through. I don't know.
Yeah. Did anybody else just go follow Charlie?
I mean, we're
Or
trying
are
to
you all
stay
hanging
together.
back with Alex?
We're trying to stay
Huh?
together.
Okay. Well, Charlie ran through, and
Yeah.
while Alex was examining the doors, time elapsed and the door shut again.
Oh shoot.
Oops. We didn't know Charlie that well, anyways, you guys.
Oh no, he's
And
gone.
And now on the other side, you hear, "Go!"
Charlie, just push on the door. Use your wand.
I don't have a wand.
I put
Oh,
the
you should
staff.
really get one. They're great.
They're really quite nice.
It down.
Well, it's gonna take all day to figure out what you were saying in there. I put the staff in the hand of the wizard.
It all happens again.
I
Ooh,
guess-
And he opens
Let her
the door,
get
and
through.
Charlie is noticeably like frustrated because he wanted to go. He was, part of the Make Mischief crew, and then decided to tag along with you guys' adventure. Immediately fell apart, went through, and now looks like an idiot because not only did he get separated from you guys, but he begrudgingly admits, "I'm not endowed.
oh.
TMI.
I can't do magic."
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm sorry.
How are you at this school? What is your... How... Isn't this... What?
I'm a descendant of an ancient wizard. I'm come from wizard family, but I can't do magic. I'm an enchanter.
Oh, that's fine,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I could do magic till a month ago. So I
So,
lived most of my life
Man,
like
what
that,
was
as far as I knew.
what's that like?
have you been in a magic family your whole life?
Yeah, we're descendants from one of the oldest magic families. And obviously that means centuries of tree branches on the family tree. So it's not like I have any real relation to them, but yeah.
Are we just gonna
So
ignore the
I
fact?
didn't-
What did you see, buddy? It's okay. It's okay that you're not magic. What did you see on the other side of the door? Nobody followed you. Let's get down to
Oh.
business.
I mean, all of this.
This is Paris. She's an enchanter.
So to answer your question, Paris, the doors part and the room lights up with barely functioning magical lights. And it's
Ooh.
it's kind of a stirring sight for you all. They flicker, these magical lights come on and flicker like neon against the bright tan stone that is now far more ornate than you have seen yet. Instead of smooth walls, every corner is covered in geometric shapes jutting outward from the base of the walls to conceal these flickering lights that are casting upward toward nondescript figures that you can attach or associate with the ones that you saw in the great halls of Havenhearth. But they stand to meet the stone molding above, kind of like they're holding them up, and they give a sense of sturdiness so strong that it bears the weight of time crumbling down upon them without much trouble.
Are they all missing their faces too?
So, like the ones you saw upstairs, these are intentionally nondescript. They are not ornate. They do not have detail. They are just the representation of people rather than anyone specific like you saw outside. However, between them, standing on their own individual marble bases are more unique, detailed statues of different witches, wizards, and warlocks.
I go up and read the first bust.
The first bust you find is that of King Solomon, the wealthy, wise monarch who could control demons and animals and ruled a kingdom with his magic ring. Before him is a placard. These revelations extend beyond the wizarding world, as these giants of wizard lore and history have a reach that touches and has always affected the entire world.
Wait a second. Big statues, lots of words to read. We're in a museum.
We're still in an educational institution, so we didn't go anywhere. This is fun.
Yeah, but if this is still an educational thing, why isn't this somewhere we can just normally go in the school, right?
Yeah, that is kind of weird that it's under a garden.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if I can find my ancestor.
I was gonna ask,
darts
are
off
they
and
in
looks
here?
around.
Wait.
So are these tombs?
I'm gonna find
are there
out!
Dead, do you guys think that there's like dead bodies in these statues? Are these like are these tombs?
I hold my wand up and I detect dead bodies. I'm trying to
that classic
like an
spell.
X-ray,
I don't know, like
like an X-ray or something, right?
JJ plays D&D. Yeah, sure. Like, we detect undead in D&D that JJ plays with his friends. So I sort of I don't know, and I hold up.
Charlie looking at some of the statues and busts, and he kind of looks back. He goes, I don't think that bust is enough to carry. I don't know. Do you think his head is in there?
No, they said, the Hob said this was a mausoleum.
Looks like more of like a museum. And because it's just
got the word
littered with placards and documents and illustrations, paintings, and then on the occasional statue for the really notable ones. Right next to you, actually, is that of Hermes Trismegistus. And under it, in quotations, the thrice great Hermes. And then, a bit of information about him and his time period. And I'm not going to get into every detail unless you ask me for it. I will tell you about everybody down here.
So, are there only 5 busts?
No, there are many.
Okay,
Between the busts and statues and illustrations, there's a lot. Way
Are
more
there
than
any other
5.
doors or hallways?
It's one giant hallway just leading off in a eastward direction. Not that you could tell which way is east, but it just goes off in one direction.
Did you find your ancestors, Charlie?
Not yet. And he's going down the line in front. He goes, this guy's from China. This one's from Japan. Merlin, that's cool, but not him. A lot of British, English, European people.
Was this all brought over from Hogwarts? Or, I mean...
Hogwash.
Hogwash? From a she who's now not being named? Is that why they're all British? I've been to so many schools, I can't keep track of them.
It's true.
God.
Yeah, I know. So it's okay. Look, I'm not one of... Yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
I met a lot of people in Ruby, who came over from that whole big battle that just happened.
Yes.
I'm not one of them, so you don't have to watch your words around me. I'm not gonna get PTSD from, that dark wizard who tried to destroy their own people in the name of saving their own
Gotcha.
people. I don't know what happened over there. It's a mess. All I know is a mess,
Okay.
and they wrote a lot of people's lives.
So Charlie, do you
Yeah.
grew up in a wizarding world? Do you recognize a lot of these wizards and whatnot?
Oh, of course. I mean, like I have no idea who Michael Scott is, Wizard of the North, but I mean Nicholas Flamel. You know,
Who who was
huh?
that guy? The statue on the way in. Did you recognize him at all?
I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I was not focused out there. I'm sorry.
He
I'm
was
so sorry,
having a
guys.
panic attack, Alex.
Yeah, that was a
Alright.
bad moment for me. I'm sorry.
It's
but
probably
I don't like confined spaces.
all right. And I pull out my drawing and say, "What does this face?" And I try to show him my
Whoa,
drawing.
you drew that?
Yeah, I think it's the same guy. I had a vision of him. It was
That's
before
so
you
cool
guys met me.
that you can make it
Down.
move.
Oh yeah, thank you. A friend of mine showed it to me. But does he look
So
familiar at all?
looks like an old fuddy-duddy to me.
All right. I'm gonna try to go look through the bust to see if I can find someone with like that particular mustache or anything that
Okay.
matches that description.
Cool. Paris and JJ, what are you all doing?
I mean, trying to find a way out of here. Why are we here? Aren't we supposed to be like looking at the
Paris, you're right. We are supposed to be finding the thing, Charlie, that you
like
defaced.
the graffiti? I was gonna say the defacement, but the graffiti.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
How did this happen?
I completely forgot. No, sorry. I was reading on. Hey, Paris, I found Morgan Le Fay. That's cool.
Wait, is that part of your family? What was
No,
your grandma's name, Paris?
That's our.
Oh,
Who's your grandma?
What?
Who's your grandma?
Morgan Le Fay? Who the heck is? Did I know?
Morgan Le Fay is our homeroom idol.
for the
Yeah,
House of Ruby.
Cersei was back there. Hermes, Solomon. I found Morgan Le Fay.
Oh, Morgan Le Fay, Homeroom, Unstoppable Dreamers, Hidden Fire, Invulnerability, Rasputin, Stamina.
No,
It took me a
my
while.
God. I hope Rasputin's not down here. Ugh.
Well, I hold on my
No.
wand again and looking for dead bodies. No, probably not.
No. Morgan Le Fay, he turns back to you, is our Homer mascot. She was the apprentice to Merlin. She was the savior and healer to Arthur. And as like an enchanter, like I always thought that was kind of cool. The whole
Yeah, and it's
Arthur
hard for me to
thing.
keep all these things. It's only been like day 2 or 3, kid. Like it's hard for me to keep all these schools that I go to straight. So
Oh.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
But I've
it's
got
okay.
little
I
notes.
just I saw the first 3 of the homeroom icons, and then I was mine and found mine, so that's cool.
Mm.
We have to
Um,
figure out how you broke the ward for this school because something might come through. I heard whispering in that room once with the core of the school in it.
What?
And I'm just afraid. Yeah, I'm just afraid that something is going to happen. So we have to find out where that is.
I just use paint from art class. It's just
You get art class?
paint. It's one of my electives.
That's cool.
Yeah. when you're here and you get like your kind of gen eds out of the way, you get some electives. First years don't get it. Sorry. That's probably why you didn't know. And because I
So-
can't do magic,
Yeah, what do you
I
learning
can
here?
I can do art.
What do you learn here?
I mean, I learn about magic, and honestly, I like to talk to the portraits and learn a lot of like the history and lore. So like I know I love this. I love magical history, and I know like how to brew potions and how a lot of herbology works. I just can't cast the spells that like make everything click. So I can learn a great deal about magic. I can just like the librarian and our guidance counselor and there's a lot of not magical people at this school who have a lot to offer. I mean, it's highly disputed whether Solomon or Hermes were actually magical, but
Whoa.
yeah, like so, and he kind of runs back over and he points out like So the thing about Hermes is like he basically created the zodiac. He's the father of the zodiac and everything we know about the stars, philosophy, and he taught Hermestism because he created it, and that's where all like high ritual magic and alchemy comes from. But it's just taught, like yeah. There's really not a record of him practicing it. A lot of the stuff that he's mostly known for, though, maybe you know about this, and he's pointing to you, Alex, but like hermetic seals, from non-magical medicine.
Yes.
That's because he created the procedure known as the Seal of Hermes with glass vessels. So like he was basically practicing alchemy and potions, but he was doing it in a non-magical way. So I like to believe that, if one of the 5 Havenhearth icons can be non-magical and belong at that school, then I can too.
Yeah, I think that's great. The magical community has done nothing but take me from my home. And I think that if you can bridge the gap between both worlds, that's pretty amazing.
Hey.
But seriously, though, we need to find a way out of here so we can fix that seal.
All right. Well, we'll keep going then.
Alex, did you find anybody you're looking for?
Not yet.
So, Alex, you don't really know what you're looking for, and I mean, or do you? Do you have like an idea of where to start? It's kind of moving in a timeline.
I am going from bust to bust, like Matt, seeing if I can find a dude that looks similar to the one that I have a picture.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you find a guy named Michael Scott, the Wizard of the North, and just because it's been brought up in the chat, I will explain that this is a real person who taught black magic to William II de Sol, who's right next to him.
Detention, yeah.
And that guy had a goblin familiar. He was named Redcap, and they tried to overthrow a king. Nicholas Flamel, very old man. You didn't even have to look at that one because that is a decrepit, ancient-looking person. There's Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa van Niedersem, who wrote on the books of the occult philosophy. There's another Greek guy who did botany, medicine, alchemy. There's a rabbi. Your guy doesn't look like a rabbi. Then you come to the British invasion, so you get excited.
The Beatles?
Yeah. Because again, you don't really know who you're looking for. Like you have no clues to go off. You're just hoping to recognize a face.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. It's not John Dee. It's not Edward Kelly. It's not Hugh Draper. So then you go and move on. There's another rabbi who he has this amazing image because he's like being burned at the stake, and it's fantastic. It's not Marie Laveau because you're looking for a man. Rasputin does appear in this, and when Charlie makes his way down and sees it, he's just like, oh god, ugh, gross.
Nice.
You start, and then with Rasputin, you're getting photographs.
Okay.
You're starting to get to a modern age.
Oh, okay.
So the next one is Aleister Crowley. If that catches anyone's attention.
Hey, I think this person's related to Anahit.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Last name.
Whoa.
She said she wasn't related to that Crowley. I remember a very specific conversation in a classroom where she admitted she wasn't.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I mean, I didn't find my ancestor here either, so cool.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I found your guy.
A guy?
Next to Aleister Crowley is a kind of like hodgepodge of photographs of several different people. Blackton, Lasky, Sinclair, Zukor, Millier, and the Lumiere brothers. Among a few others.
I just said Lumiere.
Is this dude?
Yeah, and so while you're looking, sorry, Charlie goes back to Paris because, so your grandmother, is she famous too?
No, not really. I mean, when I knew her, she never mentioned anything.
Oh, what'd she do?
She was interested in makeup and whatnot, but by the end of her life, she had pretty bad dementia, so she like forgot how to even clean up after herself, you know, and was like infested with like bugs and stuff. They said they were going to be taking care of her, and then we would go and check on her, and they wouldn't.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I chuckled then for a moment.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, old age does stuff to you.
Yeah. She continues just looking at the next section while Alex looks at the one for the Wizards of the Sorcerers of the Silver Screen. Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense. It's a movie guy.
Yes.
You saw him in a projector, right?
Yeah, I did.
Front and center, you see the portrait for the Sorcerer of the Silver Screen, Xander Sinclair. Born
That
January
name.
31st, 1865. Passed away 1930, but there's no specific date on that.
But that's
Xander Sinclair. What do I know that name? Why do I know that name?
Did we learn about him in class?
We did. Can I do a roll to remember?
Yeah, do a brains roll, I guess.
Oh, I remember. I loved class. It was in this specific class. I put a wand at my head to try to pull the memory out.
Oh man, do a brains roll for me. Let's see
That's
how
an
much
8.
you remember.
8
An
plus
8.
my wand, which is a 3. It's an 11.
Okay, an 11.
It's pretty solid. It's over 10.
Let me ask you this. Let me see if I can get some context for how you remember everything, since you rolled right in the middle. Blackton, Lasky, Zukor, Millier, the Lumiere brothers, do any of these names ring a bell for you?
Correct. They were all the original filmmakers that came over and were making silent movies. And they worked with cameras. And they were the first ones that were working with cameras and using non-magic to capture images.
Yes. And the exhibit that you're looking at basically discusses how, like, Millier was this incredible director. The Lumiere brothers started a studio. Blackton and Lasky, the same thing. They started these studios and they were making movies. Xander Sinclair stands out, and he's in the center because he was the first notable actor. So he was dubbed the Sorcerer of the Silver Screen because he was the first face for wizard kind in motion pictures. And you might remember that he partnered, like they all did, with Thomas Edison because movies, the whole industry back then was all about wizards partnering with non-wizards to create this new magical form of entertainment, to turn moving pictures into motion pictures. It was this thing that everybody was working together until, I don't know how much you want me to go on this, but you know, things went awry, things separated, and Xander Sinclair left Edison to go start his own studio. It's all mentioned here that he founded the only Wizards film studio, Sinclair Studios, and tried to create, was the only filmmaker creating movies for the wizard community.
Right.
Yeah, I saw him in a vision. And I'm also pretty sure, JJ, that staff you have right there, that was his.
What?
Uh-huh.
I have Sinclair's staff?
I think so.
Okay.
But why was that the one that got us in?
I don't know. We need to fix this school. We need to fix this ward.
What if this is part of it? What if Sinclair is like central to the heart of this school, is attached to him in some way?
Especially if it wasn't a school first like we know it was, like maybe a museum to him that they're trying to forget.
Yeah, maybe.
I look around. Are we by the door out? Like the door at the end of the hallway? Are we towards the end of the hallway? Or how about this?
Yes.
I run towards the end of the hallway, looking at the pictures to see what the most recent addition to this hallway is.
Ooh.
So
Good call.
Charlie is standing. It's a little bit past this area that you're on, but on the opposite wall. And that's the last section. It's another collection of no statues, but and not even a whole lot of images. I don't think any. Yeah, no any, but just like kind of a placard with several names and descriptions on it, like the others had, but just with no accompanying media. He's standing in front of it, and he's kind of got this weird expression where he doesn't like. He's just real in thought about right now.
Sure.
And as you catch up to him, he kind of mutters out loud, "Wizardkind would like to acknowledge the contributions to arcane society made by arcless people. If only every no-so were as helpful and civilized as these outstanding individuals."
What's up?
Let's examine the thing he's like.
I look at it.
So there's a few names that are kind of standing out for one reason or another. The first one you recognize, which is Himiko, the fifth of the homeroom icon.
Right.
There's also a guy named Roger Bacon who figured out gunpowder and predicted modern vehicles, and it says perhaps in a vision with a question mark behind it. There's an astrologer. There's the Count of Saint Germain, who was
Always
ridiculed by.
relevant.
He was ridiculed by Voltaire as the Wonder Man for outrageous claims, like living to be 500 years old. And then the last one is another one that is accompanied with a photograph of. Sorry, that one does have a photograph next to it. It says Dion Fortune. It's really small. Who founded the Fraternity of Inner Light, and it's another one like Aleister Crowley that does not have a death date, but born in 1890.
So they really don't. This stopped being updated a long time ago.
If that person's still alive, would they be 100 and what year is it? 107?
I mean, that's not outrageous for wizards, but they're saying these people aren't wizards.
They
I
still
always heard
helped out.
about. Yeah, I always heard about the controversy over Solomon, but Himiko is another one. Most of the icons might, and he's like kind of looking at you, Alex, and JJ, like most of the icons came from non-magical backgrounds. It turns out.
That's cool.
Maybe. Yeah. So.
And yet, this could all come crumbling down because you decided to paint over the one defensive ward that this school has.
Okay,
Wait,
you're
what
right.
if
I
that's
gotta
what they're
fix this.
Trying to hide them.
I gotta
Just
fix
like-
this.
What do you mean?
At best, it's a rumor that these people weren't wizards, but I mean, like, if more people knew that, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten the impression that these wizard folk seem to be really excited about having the powers that we have, sure, but like that doesn't make us special or
Well,
whatever.
true.
I mean, the Count of Saint Germain he's not, as far as I know, he's not a wizard. I've heard of
he's
him.
down here too, forgotten
And
about.
Henrik Ingram is an astrologer, but there's so many astrologers that aren't wizards, like that Miss Cleo lady I've been hearing about.
So maybe they're
She's
trying
the
to
best.
keep it. She is the best. Maybe
I
they were
tried
trying to
writing a
keep
letter
it from the school. You did? Did she write back?
No.
Should have seen that coming.
Sorry, man.
Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this school is keeping it under wraps because they don't want people to know it was founded by non-magical people.
I mean, maybe.
be something.
I mean, I can't even go home because of this power that I didn't ask for. What if we expose the school as being connected to the non-magical community, and then we can let everybody in and then tell everybody?
I mean, everybody is let in, though.
Not everybody. We didn't
Yeah,
know
JJ
this
had to
was-
leave all of his friends behind. Maybe he'll finally give his orangutan a name if you'll let his friends in.
Oh, you're saying to open up the school to, like,
Everybody.
Everybody.
kids who aren't endowed with magic and from families that weren't endowed as well. Like,
Sure.
It
the
is
whole
New
non-magical
Jersey.
community.
Yeah, it is New Jersey.
Wow, I never thought about that.
You know, and that's something New Jersey is known for, is letting non-special people come in and try to do cool things.
Honestly, I think that'd be really cool because, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever had to deal with, but like how, like the worst part of being, not being able to do magic, but being in a magic community is every time you meet an unmarked person who has an interest in wizard culture, but you're not able to share it with them because of all the secrecy laws.
No.
I want to talk about wizards from like their TV shows or their movies, and I can't be like, no, that's a thing. I mean, that would be cool. It's really hard to connect with other kids who can't do magic when you're supposed to do magic.
Yeah.
Then we got to open this place up. This museum down here needs to be seen by everyone. So let's keep going and get this door open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, did we not follow the same phone number that guy in our detention class followed? We're alone here,
No.
right?
Yeah, I think we are. I don't know. I hold up my spell and I do a detect life spell.
Detect life.
Yeah, I'm looking
someone
for
else.
other
Yeah.
living creatures.
Yeah, you
Outside
know,
of
detect life.
you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Roll. What's your approach? We'll play
I'm
by the
imagining
rules.
heartbeats and, like movements, heartbeats. I'm imagining like what a body in space feels like and how it would cut through the air and stuff. And, yeah, like that. I'm imagining physical presence. And I'm
So you trying to
flexing
talk your
my
way to a brawn
muscles.
roll? Yeah, you're trying
No.
to talk your way to a brawn roll. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you have it. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna love this. I got a 4 on my D20. And then I got a 3 on my magic dice. So I got 7.
Yeah, you don't, outside the 4 of you, nothing.
I think it's just us.
Well,
Just
and I got diamonds here, right? We're okay. Diamond.
Oh, I
still.
didn't even sense
That's
Diamond.
okay. You probably were just detecting humans. Diamond understands.
I'm sorry, Diamond. Will you ever forgive
She
me?
pops her head up,
Yeah.
and I just pet her a little, and then she goes back in her little bag.
Frisket didn't register.
No, I didn't think you would.
I'm still working on it. Let's continue down the hallway, and let's see if we can get this
Perfect.
door
So
open.
the hallway actually mellows out right there to a dimly lit room. Essentially,
So
you've
mellow.
reached the end of the hallway with
I
a
love all the
single
pillows.
torch. Yes. So a single torch lights the end of your journey through notable wizard history. And at the end of this exhibit, it's marked by twin wrought iron gates, each lined with an assortment of statuettes on either side of them. Between them are a single line, like a column of stone that separates each gate, and then a black marble pedestal. Above that, a torch that flickers with a calmer glow than the kind of haphazard, busted neon flicker that you've been getting through this exhibit. And it's the comfort of this torch that is also responsible for the complete and utter darkness that shrouds whatever awaits you on the other side of the...
Can I point the staff, like, at one of the wrought iron gates, and I'm gonna imagine sunshine on a bright afternoon day in a park, and it's just like it's sunny. It's so sunny out that even the trees don't have shade. That's what I'm picturing, and I'm gonna do a light spell down the hallway.
Did somebody?
Okay.
Do we still have a flashlight?
Oh, you need a flashlight?
I'm holding my wand out as you say this, and I go, oh, I mean, I guess.
I was like, I thought he had a flashlight.
Oh, I definitely have a flashlight.
All right, which approach are we using here?
I already described the best magic spell.
Then roll for it, and this is stuff that you've done plenty of times. So you're attempting to light a room on the other side. So let's say
I'm trying to make a
you
powerful
just
torch.
and you've done this plenty of times. So like 8.
What would you like me to roll with?
You're
Nice.
using the staff.
Yeah.
I would suggest convincing me it's charm. But what's your approach?
I just gave you the most charming description of a summer day. You kidding
You did.
me?
You really did. Okay, go ahead. Charm.
What do I gotta do? What does that guy gotta do?
What are you gonna do?
Okay. Oh, and it rolled off the table. Okay, great start with a 2. What do I add for the staff?
For the charm roll, add 3.
It's a 5, and then I gotta roll my magic die. Oh, it rolled off the table. Come on. A 3. That's 8.
8.
That's 8, baby.
Okay.
Ka-doom.
It doesn't work. You have a very bright light emanating from the staff, but as it passes through the gates, you can see the light shining on the wrought iron, but nothing is being illuminated on the other side.
Okay, fine. Try your flashlight. I put my staff up.
Go ahead and take an adversity token.
Click.
It's magical darkness.
Oh,
What?
no.
I go to the torch in the middle of the thing, and I take it out of its scones, and I kind of like hold it through the wrought iron gate.
It was hanging out in some baked goods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. For that, let's do a grit roll.
Oh.
Yeah, and this
Maybe
is
this-
going to be another thing of I'm kind of gauging on how successful you are based on your.
Do I get to use my magic die?
Yes. Use your magic die, and let me remind you, we are live! Someone in the chat was asking.
Are we alive? Wait.
Well, you're going to find out.
Okay, off to a great start, pal. That's 3 plus 1, which is a 4. Here comes my magic dice. Oh, it landed on a 4.
No,
and
no,
it
no,
fell
you're
off
just
the
grabbing,
table.
you're grabbing a torch, friend, with your hands.
But I rolled a 4 and I exploded on my magic dice. You said I could use it.
You're picking up a torch, you
It's a
said.
4 plus a
You're not
3,
using your
that's another
wand.
7. So that one,
No.
4 plus 7 is...
Look, here's how I'll roll this. You don't burn your hands lifting the thing out of its thing, but it's but you can't get it through the gate. The openings are not open enough that you can
Does
really easily
does the
maneuver
light
the thing.
spill through the gate onto the other side more so
It-
now?
Does not.
What is wet? Put it back in the scone. This darkness is so magical.
Can I send Diamond through and use my telekinetic power to have her tell us what's on the other side?
Ooh, that's a great question I should have thought of. But no, the openings of the wrought iron gates, I don't know if possums are really good at that squeezing through openings like raccoons are. So I'm going to say...
Okay.
We've hit an invisible wall.
You know
Okay.
what? You know what? Because you guys really want this. Katie, would you also roll grit on behalf of Diamond?
Okay. I got an 8.
Pretty good.
Fine. It takes some time to squeeze through, so I'm gonna take a moment and talk to Alex
Wait,
real quick before we continue
Is she
with this
shining
thought.
bright like a diamond? Because we can see
Oh
whatever
my
she's
God.
seeing. Okay, sorry. Okay. Talk to Alex. Sorry.
It's
That's good.
beautiful.
That's very
So
good.
glad.
Okay,
Oh,
Alex, what's your thought as your friends are trying to squeeze through the openings of this wrought iron gate?
I mean, I'm the smallest person there. I can probably squeeze better than them.
No, you can't! Okay, so Diamond, who barely fits, a possum, barely fits through.
Oh, I forgot the possum.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you're smaller than a possum. Okay.
Whoa.
This is
Oh, I
new
could
character
shrink you
development. I didn't
down.
know.
Do you want me to shrink you down?
No.
This will be
So-
fun.
At the ground level, she goes through and she doesn't see a whole heck of a lot on the floor or immediately above it. There's like what looks to be some small columns or pedestals. Maybe it's a table because it's got feet scattered about. There is a large round stone structure in the center. It's very lifeless in here. And beyond that, I told myself I was going to write down the word for this. And I went, no, I don't need it. They're not going to care. There are these jutting stone boxes coming from the far wall.
Edifices?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds right.
I don't have to Google it.
So if you'd like to see that for yourselves, you have to now go through the gate that he did. Pardon me.
I push on
But
the
it does continue beyond the darkness. There's stuff there.
I have
it's
the
very
torch
dark.
in my hand and I push on the wrought iron gate that Diamond went through.
Great. It's locked. Or
Snap.
just like the previous doors were. With enchantments.
What is on the black pedestal that was under the sconce for the torch?
Nothing. Nothing is on the pedestal between the doors, the gates.
Do you still have your little staff, JJ? Your
It's
big
not
staff?
little. Oh, thank you.
Do you have your big staff?
I do.
I'll give you more details about the pedestal if you like.
Teach.
Yeah, I read it.
Sure,
It's-
if it helps us.
Yeah, it is. It's black marble. It's a semicircle shape that holds not a whole lot of space, but you could probably get 2 or 3 of the statuettes on either side of the gates that no one has brought up yet.
There's statuettes on either side of the gates.
No one's brought those up.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about it. We don't talk about the statue.
We don't talk about statues. No.
Charlie is
We
off to
don't
the
talk
side
about
admiring
statues.
the gold statues.
What are they
And
statues
he's,
of?
he's picking one up and he's like, I'd like to thank the Academy for this achievement.
Oh, is that an Oscar?
And he sets it back down. They look like Oscars. One of them actually does, but they're animals.
Oh, cool.
So
Is there
lining-
an orangutan?
there's not an orangutan.
Ooh.
Lining either side, there is a human-like statue that,
Mhm.
yes, could be the Oscar. But there's a goat, a viper, a lion, an eagle, a rooster, a scorpion, and a bat.
On either side? Like one
There's
of
not
each?
one of each on either side,
Okay.
but yeah, if you follow it around, you get that whole group. There's like 4 statues on either side, on their own tiny little shelves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the shelves of varying heights, or are they all?
They're stacked on top of each other.
Mhm.
So yes, they're not out of JJ's reach,
Yeah.
and they're not out of, as the shortest person in the group, they're not out of yours height.
Okay.
Are there any markings on the black marble pedestal that would indicate an animal? Are there any markings on that marble pedestal at all?
No.
But there are indentations that could fit statues.
There's no indentations. I was just describing how big the statue, or the pedestal is.
I see. Hey, Charlie, can you bring that over here real quick?
What?
The statue?
He brings over the human-looking statue. He says, "Sorry, I know this. You guys really want to fix my mistake, and I should be more serious."
What? No. I would like to accept this Academy Award. I put it on the pedestal.
Cool. Nothing happened.
Well, I push on the wrought iron gate.
Nothing.
Maybe we should fill this up with awards and accolades.
Are these
Sure, we could-
awards? And he starts
I mean-
looking, trying to read if there's anything on them.
Is there anything on them?
No. They have their own little pedestals, but there's nothing written on them.
On any of them, it's all blank.
No, yeah, they're blank. And I would say like an Oscar, you get an idea that one's a chicken because it's shaped like a chicken, but it's not like it has distinct features or it's really well engraved or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the rooms. Sorry, freaking Universal. One of the rooms.
It's okay. It's been a long night.
Yeah. Oh gosh, let me
Day.
tell you. Yeah, we've been. I don't know where. Yeah, where we are, Havenhurst.
Did you guys get
JJ
dinner? I just realized we're not getting dinner. Man,
Okay.
on your mind,
Focus, kid. Focus.
sorry.
JJ.
Sorry.
So I
Yes.
know you had your staff in the last place, and that opened it up, and you got your staff from the dragon thing.
Yeah.
I got the helmet from the dragon thing. Could we put the helmet on the pedestal, or what did you grab?
Alex.
My God, Alex, that we always call JJ.
Shield.
What did you grab? Oh, you grabbed the
And
dagger, right?
I have this giant shield on me.
Oh,
I was like, this.
would one of those things work? Do you guys think?
I mean,
To
maybe
help
it's
us
a
Alright.
weight.
open it?
I mean, it's probably
Oh.
magic. But maybe it's weight.
If you can balance that thing on there, go ahead. Sorry, guys. I know it's late. It's
Well, should I
it
try
feels
my
like
helmet on there? Or
It
should we
feels
take
like
your
it's 10
shield?
p.m., so I
Maybe we can
appreciate
take your
all.
shield. Maybe we can
Here.
take your shield and ram the door.
Ooh.
Could work too.
I don't know if it's magically locked. I don't think the shield's gonna work. Okay, it's late. Let's think. We are 3 humans and 1 diamond. So
4 humans. Remember, Charlie or Chuck's here too.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
You don't
Charlie,
forget
Chuck,
about
do you have a
old
nickname? Doesn't matter.
Charizard here.
I get
Charlie.
3. I grab 4 human statues.
No. There's only one of each.
Yeah, there's only one of each.
There's only one of each. There are 8
There was
statues
like a
in total.
snake. Can we put all the statues on there? Can we open
Sure,
up
let's
the
do it.
system?
Grab as many as
There's
we
a-
can.
Okay, there's a goat, a viper, a lion, an eagle, a rooster, a scorpion, a bat, and a human.
Alright.
Because, okay, so which ones? Okay, you're gonna pile them all on.
As
Yeah.
many-
you just
Yeah.
Oh, here, just use the shield, and I'll use it as a plate.
Oh,
kind of
perfect.
to-
It's like a
to,
plate.
Yeah,
yeah.
see who's balanced them
So if
all out.
one of them works, then as long as they put all of them on there, one of them's got to do the trick.
Yeah, the other one did literally nothing, so the others are probably inert.
We do that. We pile
And
them
it
all on
works.
this shield, on this pedestal. And
Teamwork.
we get buried alive under a mountain of sand and disappointment.
oh god, nothing. Okay, look. First of all, the pedestal. God, I've never had an Oscar.
They're heavy.
Really?
Yeah, they're heavy. But how
Really?
big are they? I haven't. No.
It's 11 and a half inches, I believe.
Oh my
Was
God,
our
you guys would
original,
know
or
this.
13 inches? Yeah, that was
You
like
would
part of
know
our
this.
training.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or
I
maybe
think it is
18
like
inches.
11 and a half inches.
How
11 and a half or
wide?
8.
What's the diameter of the base? Are there...
The circumference, you mean?
No, I mean that I want the diameter, but I'll take the circumference and do math if that's what it takes.
I'm hearing 3 inches. From...
Yes, 13 and a half inches tall, weighs 8.5 pounds. That's what it was, 8.5 pounds. It just tells you how tall it is.
Look, this is all a long way to say, wow, yeah, it does not say anything about why they are. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
It's all to say that the shield probably won't fit on this thing, trying to balance the shield is wide enough that you would only be you'd have to put all of the weight on the side of the pedestal and hope that it doesn't just tip over.
Okay.
So
we could try that, guys, or why don't we let's just do like a little not a conga line, what do you call it, a conveyor line.
Yeah,
let's
we try each one.
statue at a time.
Yeah, it's only 8.
Yeah.
Are there any symbols above the gates? Hold on. I look around at the wrought iron gates. Are there any symbols written anywhere in this room? There's
no.
just gates and a black pedestal.
No. Sorry.
Okay,
Two.
so let's put all of them on. So one at a time. Here we go.
Yeah.
First, we do the Viper. Did anything happen?
Push on the gate, Charlie.
Here's the goat.
Okay.
He tries
the
it,
goat
he
on.
takes it off.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
goat.
Viper, no. Goat.
No. Man.
Okay.
Eagle.
Eagle.
Okay, lion.
Try the eagle and the snake together.
No.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
the eagle
So,
attacks the snake. It's like the circle of life. Think about it.
so an eagle and a snake.
Walk into a barn.
You put them together, and when you do that, they fuse together. And
What?
the snake suddenly has wings.
The snicken.
Don't like that.
What's a snicken?
It's a snake chicken. Come on, let's keep up.
Derogatory term.
Oh. What?
It's an Enzo. It doesn't matter. Let's
A
see.
snake chicken.
Okay,
You
so
mean
they
a...
fuse together.
Oh, do you
Did
mean a
Cockatrice.
Yeah, that. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's 3 animals though. That's a snake and a rooster. And,
Get the chicken. Wait, we already have the chicken.
and a bat.
Put the
Get the
bat in
bat.
there.
Put the
Put the
bat
bat.
on there.
Okay. It forms a little well, let's see. How much is the mass of an Oscar? You said
That weighs 8.5 pounds.
8.5 pounds. Okay, so a 25-pound gold, without many features, cockatrice is formed.
Mhm.
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
And it just starts. Oh, nope. I thought that was a different number. And it attempts to scratch out at you all. So everyone make a flight roll.
What the Hey, at least we didn't put the lion up there, I say as I jump backwards. To the flight roll.
I got a 1 plus a 1, so I got 2. But a 1 is a fail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoops. Well, I guess I get a token.
I got a 6
Yes,
plus
you
a
did.
1, a 7.
I got a dirty
Cool.
20.
Yeah, you did.
You got a dirty 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a
Okay.
back handspring away from that thing. No worries.
Were you holding the shield?
No. I mean,
Who was holding the shield?
I had it, but I don't know if I was like holding it up.
Because
I
we
guess
tried
they
to
were
balance
holding
all the
it, yeah.
stuff on it, but yeah, I guess we
Okay.
would probably have it again.
I probably
Well,
put
yeah,
it
you
down
still-
towards-
Okay, cool. You backhand spring away from the thing, leaving the shield there. Oh, I guess I need to. I did
took
not give
tumbling.
stats for Charlie, so I'm just gonna have him roll against this thing.
You could just cower in the corner.
Yeah, Charlie, because he was the one messing with the things, he definitely gets scratched.
Charlie
And-
kicked the bucket.
Yeah, and as does Paris. Sorry, he's gonna take
Wow.
Paris
take
is
a little
dead.
bit of damage. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a good thing that this system doesn't assign value to damage.
But
yeah,
can
you-
kill
Charlie and Paris both get hit by the thing.
Yep.
And now it's your turn.
Okay. I put the helmet's not big enough. Is it still? You said it's 25 pounds, but is it bigger? Is it like the size of all 3 statues put together?
Yeah, let's say that. I mean, I'm not saying it's like 45 inches tall. It just has the mass of the 3.
But it's still like the size of one statue.
It's still standing on the pedestal. So yeah, it's not like huge. No. It's let's call it instead of like what they're 15 inches tall, this one's 20.
I point my staff at it and I conjure up a rock and I knock it off the pedestal.
You like make a rock appear.
No. I grab it, maybe I just grab it and throw a rock with my staff.
Oh, okay,
Rock
cool.
So I'm not like
Great.
conjuring a whole rock out of nothing.
Roll brawn for me then, with your 8 of your magic.
Yes.
The staff doesn't give you any additional
No.
perks. So it's your brawn
Oh no.
and your magic die. Yeah.
You ready? You ready for this? I got a
Mhm.
4
Mhm.
on my brawn roll on my d20 again. And then I got a 2 on my magic die.
So a 6.
6, baby. Knock it right off that pedestal.
Okay. I'm just gonna have it roll
Uh,
against you.
What?
Mhm.
Did it fall over?
It does not fall over. It takes a hit and smashes like into the thing behind it, and starts to crack, but it doesn't break apart. Not yet, anyway.
How did we stop the cockatrice before?
We put it in a bag.
That's right. We put it in a bag.
Technically, you didn't stop it. You just ensnared it.
We pacified it eventually.
Okay.
I guess Alex does his ritual of emptying out his bag.
Oh no.
So Charlie leans in and goes, "Do you have another flashlight in there, or like you didn't
Just the one?
I mean, you
just kind
stop
of hand it to him.
a cockatrice with sunlight."
Hmm?
You asked how do you stop it last time. I thought you guys did it with sunlight. How'd you? Because you guys caught it, right? I heard about that.
We just put it in a bag.
I
Sunlight? Go,
I heard
Paris,
you
go
just-
quick, make some sunlight.
So Charlie, who's like rubbing his arms, like, I heard you just picked it up,
Yeah, we put it
and
in
then
a
you
bag.
carried it to Nurse Nedra.
A bag.
Oh.
Okay,
Someone
but while
told me
he's
you
getting
guys were
his bag,
shining lights at it, and then you just scooped it and picked it up.
does it react the same sunlight as it does to fire?
What? Is this
Okay.
a pyroless cockatrice, or is this a regular cockatrice statue?
Okay, just a regular cockatrice. Can I create a magic spell of sun to frighten it into Alex's bag?
Roll charm.
And
Okay.
so two. And so
Get
two.
your bag ready, Alex.
Always.
Is it 20 bitches? Wait, sorry, I don't say that.
Yes! We have
I
a
can roll
critical
again,
success!
Right? I
Yes!
can roll again.
Yes! Yes!
Do it again.
Oh my
Do
god,
it
you
again.
rolled a natural 20!
I'm not even fucking kidding you.
Nice.
No, you.
It's
No,
That's
Sorry,
no,
another
no, no,
baby.
no,
2-0.
no.
That is another 2-0 right there.
Oh my god.
Give her the castle. Give her the
Do
castle.
I get
She
it? Do I
gets
get to roll
everything.
one more time, or am I done? Is that all?
Yeah.
I
No,
get?
keep going. Keep it going.
Roll it
Oh
again.
my
Roll
gosh,
it
look,
again.
you can see it.
Do it
Oh.
again.
Oh, sorry, it's on the ground. Well, that'll count. Let's see what it says. Oh my god. The last one is a 19.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That's a
59.
59.
That's what you get for hitting me, cockatrice.
Harris just went Super Saiyan on this cockatrice.
Fueled by the sting of the open wound on your arm, you grab that wand with all of your might, and you let out the brightest, most powerful act of sunlight that you have ever made. You far superior than you had done in charms class or in defensive magic. Some might even say brighter than the Balrog moment that you had a hand in. And just by yourself, you do the "We shall not pass" movement that JJ has inspired onto you, and a beam of light bursts out of the tip of your wand, and just covers. It's gleaming from every possible angle. It has become so bright from reflecting your act of UV radiation that it bursts and falls apart into its original 3 statues on the ground below you.
Yes. Yes.
Charlie rubs his eyes. Warning next time, that was amazing, but it's really dark in here.
What do you mean it's really dark in here? It's very white now. That's all I can see. Put it in your bag, Alex, quick.
And I imagine it's pretty.
I mean, it broke apart.
It is now an eagle, bat, and snake or viper statues again. It is no longer a cockatrice.
Oh, then I guess I'll just take the pieces off just to get them off so they don't confuse again.
Okay. So you put them back on their shelves, or are you putting them all in your bag?
I'll put them on the shelves. I mean, I empty my bag for nothing. Whatever.
Charlie rubs his eyes. He goes, I thought it was really weird that a magical school or museum or whatever this place is had non-magical animals on the wall. That's now I know where the magical animals are.
Push on the gate. Does the gate open now?
Which one?
Either one.
Which?
The wrought iron. The wrought iron gate.
What are you doing?
Diamond went through. My baby's on the other side.
She came back.
Let's get to a bit. Oh.
What are you attempting to do?
Open the gates. Open the gates. With my hands. I thought
No, it does not. No, sorry, they don't open. They don't open.
So did we just make the wrong animal?
What are the other options? There's
Charlie
a lion.
rubbing his arm would go, I would say that was the...
Okay, so is there...
Are any of you guys good at healing magic?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Not our forte. Ani needs healing. She was our healing.
So far, you've got a tank, and it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we learn about any magical creatures that would have anything to do with opening gates or getting through?
Can you tell me what the animals were again?
They are a goat, a viper, a lion, an eagle, a rooster, a scorpion, a bat, and a human.
What if we put the goat and the human together and made a satyr?
That could be cool.
Fun.
And then it could use its back legs to kick open the gates for us?
Or maybe he would just know what to do and open the gate.
Yeah, satyrs know things.
Oh.
The scorpion and the eagle? Oh, man.
Or a man and a bat.
You can make Batman.
Oh my God.
I'm Batman.
You want to make a Batman?
Are we about to...
I mean, he does know that darkness. Not that I know that yet, but he does know it.
Animated series came out. We're all familiar with Batman.
Yeah, but we don't know that he was molded and shaped by the darkness.
Oh, I see. Well, he wasn't born into it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he was born into it.
We can make a griffin, but I don't want to fight.
I don't want to fight a griffin either. I don't want to fight a Batman, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if I could beat a Batman.
Okay. So
it's what's
something we could beat up.
This school isn't like Chimera, you know? It doesn't have animal mascot. So I don't know. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. Chimera was a school. It was one of the original schools that had 3 houses. And so their house were a snake, a goat, and a lion.
No, wait. This school does have an animal mascot. I remember it from magic zoology class. I thought it was the cockatrice. No, it's the phoenix.
No, it's the phoenix.
How do you make a phoenix?
You catch an eagle on fire. I take the eagle and I take the eagle and the torch and I put them on the pedestal.
Wait, you said that there were 8 statues. How come I have 7?
Goat,
Viper, lion,
eagle, rooster, scorpion, bat, human.
Oh, I didn't write bat down. I guess I just
Got to keep track of the Batman.
We could do a Scorpion King as well. That could be fun. But again, can't beat that.
Yeah,
But-
hasn't been done yet.
wait. Oh, you're trying to do the.
You're right.
Okay.
No.
So we're the Phoenix,
Yeah.
the torch, and the eagle.
So you lay the eagle.
No, it's
and
not an
the
eagle.
torch.
It's a chicken. It's a torch and a chicken because phoenixes lay eggs.
Well, it's a rooster.
Oh.
That's what we have as our. Oh, there is an eagle.
We already
Eagle
tried
roost.
the rooster, and if you want to make a pyrolist cockatrice, by all means, but I'm gonna stand back. Can I use your shield?
Yeah, sure. It's heavy.
Thank you. Oh.
I know.
So I do the eagle and the torch, and I put
And
it
the
on
torch,
the pedestal.
yeah. Sure.
The fire of said torch catches the gold statue of the eagle, and it erupts into flame. And with that, it begins to glow much like the cockatrice did, but at a much more manageable and intentional manner. The eagle spreads its wings, the gates spread open, and the torches lining the next room all light up. And you are able to make your way forward.
Get that, Batman.
And we will do that after a short break. We're going to take 10 minutes to step away, just catch some water, catch our breath, and get ready for the next room of the Hidden Museum.
The hidden museum.
But congratulations, you solved it.
That's cool.
Yay.
Right.
We solved your
Yeah.
Batman puzzle.
You don't want to know what would have happened. All right, we'll be back, everybody, in just a little bit. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Jenny and Mariel and everybody joining us. We'll be right back after a short intermission. It will be short. I just want to cool down for a moment before we gear up for the next challenge. See you in a moment. I can't wait. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for letting me give my poor whittle ears a break. All right, Justin, I can hear you again. All right. You guys, everyone's good? Everyone's watered? I have a fresh cup of tea. I'm ready to go. What?
Oh, I was just responding for Justin. He was speaking through me again.
Right. I forgot he's possessing you today.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so with the aid of Justin's sorcery, I guess, JJ figured out the clue to the iron gates. You all have walked through this enchanted mausoleum museum, reached the end of a long a long tour of notable figures in wizard history and a few additional people as well, and cracked the code of the wrought iron gates that were keeping you back from this room of darkness. So, as the phoenix statue glows before you, and this one, and engulfs itself in golden flame, the golden rod iron doors part to allow you to enter the room on the other side, which itself is
Ooh.
lighting up just a little bit.
Is Diamond
Inside-
in there?
Oh yeah, where's Diamond?
Yeah,
Oh,
she came back. She came back with you, so you're all
Oh.
together.
Yeah.
The three of you, Diamond, Frisket, and Charlie, who is not a familiar. Let's just, for all those who are just joining us.
Yeah, we just met him.
Poor,
He's
poor
not-
Garrett's
not
familiar is upstairs. I want you to know he's upstairs, sitting like in front of the portrait of the gardener, and just kind of like just sitting and rocking back and forth, and the gardener's just talking his ear off.
He's a good orangutan.
You, however, yeah, he is. He's very loyal.
He's
You,
in there.
however, all wander inside, and inside what is clearly now a mausoleum, it's very quiet. It is adorned with tables, vases, and flowers, a dried fountain in the center of the room, and off to the side is a mirror. Just propped up against the wall, not leaning, it manages to stand up against it as if it is affixed to the wall. It is about the size of a door, just a little rounded on the sides, kind of ornate at the top, like everything else in this room, worn, tarnished, and giving you the idea that something is a little off about this, aside from the fact that there is what looks like a mausoleum from a cemetery at the end of a museum under a school.
I tarnished.
The frame of
Okay.
the museum is tarnished. Sorry, the frame of the mirror is tarnished. The mirror itself is the clearest mirror you have ever seen.
Are there any other gates or anything like that in this room, or is it just the mirror?
It is a dead end.
All right, guys, I know what I gotta do. I got the mirror skills to look into the mirror. I can look into it and like find a way out, right?
I mean, yeah, if you could do that, just let us know if there's anything you can do to help.
Yeah.
As
Could I
Paris
try that?
looks into the mirror, certainly. As Paris looks into the mirror, you will notice that the room on the other side is different.
Is there a
It's-
fountain running?
There is no. The mirror, which is propped up more or less in the center of the room, does not have a fountain in it that it should be reflecting. You see your reflection. You see that of your friends. But you do not see the vases or the tables or the fountain that adorns the room you're in. On the other side, you see what seems to be a simple yet elegant table setting with what you would presume are porcelain plates, like cups and saucers, because there is a coffee cup on one of them. Dusty water glasses, like champagne flutes. and a centerpiece, a floral centerpiece of dead flowers sticking out in various directions. It is behind your reflection.
JJ turns around to try to put his hand on the reflection table. What's behind me? Like I look in the mirror and see, oh, there's a table in here, and I turn to like put my hand on where it would be.
So you're reaching behind you?
Yeah, while watching, looking at the mirror.
Okay. As you put your hand back and you start reaching at the dead air behind you, Charlie goes, "Oh, it's a Morim." Okay. And this is kind of a weird thing you're doing, so I want you to roll for it. This is a physical task, so it's kind of between brawn or grit. I'm gonna call this grit for you.
That's I love that.
Yeah, it's just a little tricky. I just want to make sure you don't utterly fail at this. And while you're rolling, yes, Alex?
I thought a Morim was what happens when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
That's a moray,
Boy.
Alex. I rolled
Charlie's like, what?
It's a
Okay.
song?
I rolled
Okay.
a 6 plus 1,
Rolled
a
6.
7. We have to whisper because we're in a mausoleum, gang.
Okay. Are you
yeah.
just like flailing your hand behind you?
Don't say it like that. I am elegantly placing my hand up and down behind me in a flail-like manner.
You rolled an 8.
I rolled a 7.
7, even worse. Your hand and the reflection smacks the table, and you see the plates and saucers that you lightly grazed jostle in the reflection.
There's not a door in this reflection, is there?
Yeah.
No.
Snap.
Oh, Alex is by the way, looking around the room elsewhere to see if he can find bodies or something containing the bodies of the dead in this mausoleum proper.
Oh, yes. There are.
Great.
The stone boxes that were jutting out that Diamond saw are placeholders for caskets and urns and the like. You don't see any names or placards attached to them, but you, having, I'm assuming at one point in your young life, visited a cemetery or like a graveyard that's not just like behind an old church.
Nan died a few years back. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize this place as being one of those kind of uncomfortable, classy, like, this is where
rooms.
Dead people are? Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know the actual names of them other than mausoleum.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What is Paris doing?
Well, did you say that there's a fountain?
There's a dried up fountain in where you're standing. Yes, behind you. But like physically behind you. Yeah. As you look into the mirror.
Not like a water fountain, like a statue of a fountain, like a that sort of.
Yeah, I mean it's a big round water fountain that has a basin, but inside it's an ornate fountain of like let's I like you guys mentioned satyrs, so let's say there's a satyr. It's just a dried up fountain, like doing that kind of thing.
Can I see that fountain just one more time?
The table that JJ's
and then another one's holding a pot, like pouring.
Oh my god!
And another one is.
Is there liquid in any of the dishes on the table that JJ has put his hand on for a little bit in the reflection?
No. I want to let you know.
Yeah.
That Paris, gazing into the mirror when JJ touched the table.
Yeah.
you saw his reflection because you're standing in front of it and he's behind you-ish, right?
Right,
Great.
right.
Alex was inspecting the room. JJ, you blinked really hard when you touched the table. And your eyes had to like reset for a moment to realize where you were.
What?
So are we
don't know
able
how
to
else to
travel
describe
through
it.
this mirror?
Wait, where am I?
You're where you are, but when your hand touched the table, it's like you blinked really hard, but you don't remember doing it.
Okay.
I reach behind me and pick up a cup, a champagne flute.
Okay, and you're still staring at yourself, your reflection.
Well, otherwise I can't see the champagne flute.
But so you grab the champagne flute.
Oh,
you
and
pick it up. Your reflection has it now. You see that your reflection has it.
Okay, I turn around and look at it in my hand.
Okay, so you do that. You look at the champagne flute. Then what?
Do I see the rest of the table and the vase and everything else?
You see everything, all of it. You see the elegant table setting, the cups and saucers and plates, the champagne flutes that you're holding. You see silverware cutlery and placed on white napkins that match the tablecloth, all of which have been yellowed with time. And you can even see that the centerpiece before you are dead chrysanthemum flowers. Anahit probably would have recognized it. You might not have, but you can tell what flowers they are. You are right there.
I look at where...
Can you still see? Can JJ still see me?
I turn
Or
back
are we
to
still in
the
the same
mirror.
physical
You can
space?
still see JJ's reflection, and you can see that he is picking up the champagne flute in the reflection.
Gotcha. But
What's going on,
can
JJ?
I see that he's behind me too if I look back, or no?
If you turn around, he is not there.
Okay, that's what I thought. So he's in the mirror. God damn it.
I turn
JJ.
around and look at the mirror. Are all my friends gone?
You see your reflection standing behind Paris and Alex off in the distance looking around, Charlie standing there. And you see your reflection standing where you just were in front of the fountain, between Paris and the fountain. But you're holding the champagne flute in your hand.
Your reflection, do you want to grab me?
I put my hand on Paris's shoulder.
Your reflection's hand on Paris' shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what?
Hey, Alex, get over
What?
here.
And I'm like trying to peer into Crips. What? Yeah? What do you need?
Can we get everybody over there?
Take Charlie's
everyone.
hand.
Okay.
Okay, now on the count of three, look at this champagne flute. And I hold it up.
Well, we just have to look at the reflection.
No, you have to
'cause
turn
we're
and look
trying
at the champagne flute.
Okay. And then what?
Sorry, so JJ, I just have to get this right. You are holding the champagne flute up to everybody with your hand in front of you.
On what would be Paris. My reflection is holding Paris's shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And where are you looking?
I am looking at the room that I'm in with the champagne flute. I'm looking at the walls of this new room.
Great. Paris, what are you doing? You can see JJ's reflection, like his hand, his fingertips on your shoulder. You know, I can't do it to myself, but like perching up behind. But what are you doing?
Well, in order to be part of that room, do I also need to look at the reflection of and pick up like a plate?
Turn and look at me,
I wanted
Paris.
Alex to come over here, but
Quick,
what?
Turn around and look at me.
Okay. Or where you should be, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see you putting your hand up. So you put your hand to match JJ's?
That's him, yeah.
Oh, that's him. You're not doing this.
No, that's him.
You see the fountain.
Okay, so he's not there. Yeah, so I need to look back in the mirror, and I'm gonna pick up a piece of the plate,
A
in the
piece of the
reflection.
plate?
She's grabbed.
Yeah.
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 She
because
picks
you-
up a piece of a plate. You're right. Let's say you're right. You pick up a shard, like a broken piece of plate. It like
Right.
doesn't break apart as you pick it up. You're like, oh, I guess that wasn't one piece. And you hold it up.
Sure.
Behind you, like this,
Yeah. And
and
then
then
you looked behind you, didn't you, JJ?
I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the piece of the I'm gonna look at the fucking plate.
you see the plate. You see the other half of the plate that
Yeah.
it was partnered with. You see the whole table setting and the dead flowers, and a couple of loose chairs behind the table.
Okay.
A few that are
cool.
knocked over.
Easy me.
I'm now
And you're-
JJ.
And JJ, this is a weird sensation for you. She just appears in front of you in your hand, essentially. Yeah. So do a great roll for me, just real quick.
I got a pick.
Because you're great with apparition. You've
Oh, that's
never
wrong
seen
grit.
someone apparate in front of you like that.
My grit. Oh, come on. Clear the table. 5.
Cool. You're taken aback. You stumble a bit.
I bump into the table.
No, yeah, I think you do, and jostle the whole damn thing. So Alex and Charlie on the other side see JJ and Paris, who are no longer in the room with them, but they see them on the other side of this portal, and the whole place setting jostling, the clattering of silverware and china and glass.
Mhm.
Alex,
Is there
who
a
is
key
it?
or anything on our side? Do we want him on our side, or is there something we need to be bringing back from our side?
Can you hear me in there?
Yeah.
You cannot hear him.
We can't hear
No.
him. Can we see
Oh.
him? Because
Yeah.
there's a mirror for us, right?
You can see him.
Technically,
You
okay.
can see him. You see
Like
your
in his
own
world?
reflections in the mirror. And Alex is there too,
Okay.
in your reflection in a different space.
Okay.
Pick up a cup from the table and I go, and I try to like walk it over to where Alex's reflection is.
Because, well, I mean, like, you want to hand it to me? Sorry, I guess I can't hear you. And I see you holding it. I'd be like,
Walk it over to where his reflection. You know how in a reflection you can be standing right next to someone even though you're like across the room. I position myself where I'm right next to him and I like hold the cup.
and I try to
Charlie
grab it.
is just behind, like beside Alex, and kind of you're between both of them now.
Mhm.
He's a little further back, and he's just like
I'm gonna grab
shuffling,
Charlie with one hand and try to grab the cup.
and you grab the cup.
Attempt.
Charlie, seeing you do that, goes and grabs your hand real quick,
Mhm.
and looks at you, and you're
Cool.
looking at the cup. Okay.
I am looking. Yeah.
Yeah. You take your eyes off the mirror and look at the cup,
Mm-hmm.
and you both pop into this other room.
Hey guys.
Yes, and that was great. Did you hear my whole story?
No. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
I
okay, good. I
heard
have to start over.
everything I need.
Who was in the crypt? Who did you see in the mausoleum? Who's
You-
dead?
I didn't see anything.
He goes, guys, I'm so sorry. That was just kind of funny to watch.
Why?
Why?
Because you guys have never used a Morin before, I guess?
No.
Oh yeah, you did know what this was the whole time.
Yeah. Sorry. Plus, I was a little worried about what's on the other side, but this looks way bigger than I thought it would.
Why were you worried about what's on the other side?
I don't like small spaces.
Oh, I knew that.
And I could only see a little bit, and it's really dark in here.
Not anymore. I light up the tip of my wand and I look around
it's-
the room.
That's the tip of his wand on fire.
Cool. Just roll charm for me. Just don't utterly fail.
Oh, well. Guess what, pal? Guess what?
Hmm.
Guess what? Guess
Yes.
what? 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 1 is 6.
Well, that's just
I
addition.
chose appropriate lighting for this. You all are standing in this new space with a random table and a very cavernous opening that is very, very dimly lit. You look back at the mirror and you see all 4 of your reflections, including Frisket and Diamond as well, standing in the room with the fountain that the lights are now fading out of. Because there's no one in the room, so the torch lights are going off. So you see your reflections now lit only by the light in the room, most of it coming from your wand. So good for you. As you turn and look into the open space, you can't see much of anything because, frankly, there isn't much of anything to see. But you do notice something. At least JJ does at first. A clicking sound. Followed by a very shrill song.
I don't know that noise.
And then in the distance, you see a strange silhouette. Alex, would you please roll grit for me?
Oh no! I will roll grit as soon as I remember my grit is that one.
It's a 20, remember?
Yeah, it's my D20, just
Yeah.
like all my other stats.
Guys, I have your stats right in front of me.
I have you now.
Whatever, brah. I got 8.
Ooh, a question mark 8.
Okay, that's very good.
For me, it is.
Okay. Awesome. And then I didn't assign stats for Charlie, but I'm gonna say that he doesn't do well. Charlie is kind of like enamored with that sound. And he's just like, what is that? And he starts to wander forward.
I grab
into
his shoulder
darkness.
and I say, no, wait.
Roll brawn.
Ha! 12.
Pretty okay, good. You catch him. He's kind of moving on and he's kind of snapped out of it. He hasn't like receded back, but he's like, yeah, what was I doing? That was weird.
Be careful. Could be a siren.
Okay. So, forgive me, guys. We've been playing Kids on Brooms, and we've all been getting adjusted to this new system. And what I love about it is it's very role play heavy. But there's a few things that as we've gone on, and I thank you, all 3 of you, Justin as well, for toughing it out and like letting me learn how to do the system and kind of enhance it and adapt it to the story we want to tell, the things we want to do. I've noticed though, one of the flaws of this system is that in tabletop role-playing games, there's an innate sense of potential threats or danger that kind of readies the senses, like, that's in life, and makes us more alert. And in tabletop role-playing games, it's difficult to convey that instinctual reaction just through roleplay. Most games have a shorthand that is developed within the broader tabletop community. And that is, everyone takes a d20 and rolls for initiative.
Yeah.
Would you please?
Yeah. Sorry.
Easy peasy.
And I will be doing the same.
Did you hear that, Garrett?
I did. Our dog was making sweet dreaming noises while you were talking.
Oh, she hears
Sorry.
what's happening.
Okay, so we're
So
all
we're rolling
D20.
for initiative.
Everyone
Yep.
roll for initiative. We're doing it.
Are you kidding me?
You
The
guys are
first time
So lucky.
I roll my d20 and get a good roll, it's on flippin' initiative. 19.
Mine's a 13.
Okay.
So good.
What's Alex roll?
Oh, a 5.
Okay. You all did very well because I did very, very poorly.
Yeah.
I gave myself an advantage and I hit 19, but that's not fair. So, okay,
What?
we have our order of operations. Charlie, still enamored with this shrill, not very pleasant song coming from the darkness, sees a figure. You all see it, making its way towards you. It's hard to separate it from the darkness behind it, but as it approaches, it becomes a human figure, making its way forward, singing this kind of tra-la-la-la song. You know, it's
Is
not tone deaf,
Tiptoe
but it's not
through
great.
the tulips. Is it that song?
It's
You know
Tiny
what?
Tim.
Yes, you hear the Tiny Tim. I can't do it.
I'm thinking more from
Sound.
Insidious, you know, but
Mhm.
whatever.
The beast is upon you.
And as it approaches, Charlie starts to fall back into your hand a bit, and
What?
he goes, I don't like the feeling of this. And the song ends, realizing that it hasn't captured any one of you, and becomes a very, very shrill scream.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
thing
I
likes
need you all.
non-magical people.
I need you all to roll grit for me just to start things off.
Ooh, great.
It's okay. It's okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do I get to use my
You're
wand?
screwed. I got, well, not a 20, but
No.
I got a 12 out of 12.
12
So
is
you roll
great.
again.
That's disclosure.
You can stop there. You can stop there. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm excited.
no
I'll
magic
take that
die.
fun energy. Take that fun
7.
energy from you.
Got me a 7.
Ooh, good,
7.
good,
Great.
good. All right, great. We're gonna move on. Good rolls, everybody.
What'd you roll, Garrett?
JJ, what happened?
I got a 3. My grit's not great ever.
Okay. So I rolled a 4. So, Garrett, you get hit with this concussive force. And
Oof.
it's not bad, but it definitely throws you off. Just like when Paris popped in front of you, you scuttle back, you let go of Charlie, and he kind of stumbles into you as well. You've been thrown off your feet, not completely, but you definitely got the wind knocked into you, so to speak. Whereas Paris, maybe thanks to the helmet that you're wearing, is perfectly fine. You hear the noise, but you don't like really get a reaction to it. And Charlie goes, "It's a Bruxo." Oh
Bless
God.
you.
Oh
What is
God.
that? Remind me what that is.
It's a
This
breakfast place. I think.
he says it's
That's
it's
a Bruxy.
vampire, and he just like runs and like clobbers into you for a minute, trying to get past you and make his
Charlie!
way back to the mirror.
Relax.
You all rolled initiative, so I will let you all do something before we dive in.
If it's a vampire, I immediately conjure sunlight through my staff at this stinging thing. Like I've seen
Okay.
Blade, and so I'm hoping he's not a daywalker. But I saw Interview with the Vampire, and a couple people caught on fire in that movie. So I channel sunlight, and I am thinking about the strongest sunlight you've ever felt in your life. Charming and strong.
Charming and strong.
But mostly, actually, probably just more strong than charming.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Roll charm then.
Sure.
But you rolled the first, yeah. So yeah, you roll charm first.
Okay. 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 1 is 11.
The room lights up for just a moment, and you get a chance to actually see this thing in action. It is this hideous, decrepit, gaunt, gray-skinned man. His hair is white and wiry and matted and disgusting. His skin is decayed and barely clinging to his flesh. Everything is saggy and sunken and disgusting. Paris is now afraid because she is seeing her fears before her. terrible skin and awful
Boy.
tangled hair.
Yeah.
The beast. The beast. What did you roll for your charm?
11.
11.
Uh,
It.
Oh yeah. I thought you got 13.
It's.
Oh.
It screams and shrieks in disgust, and as it does so, like you could see, it has this gaping maw of fangs and saliva. Just this is the only wet spot on it. The rest of it is this kind of dried husk
Oh,
thing.
God.
It hasn't seen the elements in quite a while, and it hates that light and kind of reacts to it by ducking behind a column. All right, Paris. It's your moment, but you now have the fear spell enacted, or the fear feed enacted.
My fear is there. Yeah. And that
So you can only make a.
Oh, I can only make a
a
what?
snap decision. You can only make snap decisions now, so you have to roll. You can't take like the half of your die if you're trying to reach a certain mark. It's just mechanics. We can get into it if it actually comes up, and you're gonna have a little bit of a penalty to your rolls. But what would you like to do?
Okay.
This thing
Tell me if
shrieks
I'm
and it's
doing
making
it right or not. If it's a snap decision and it's like my greatest fear and its skin's all like greasy and oily and decaying, can I use some of my powder? But can I also conjure up some garlic in the powder? Because it's a vampire, they're not gonna like garlic,
powder.
but also powder. So I
Powder.
like get it on its face and in its like nastiness. Can I use magic to do that?
How would you go about it?
Well,
turning your face powder into garlic powder.
I would use my magic. Oh, I see. I mean, I would, if I'm gonna use powder, I'm trying to make somebody look as beautiful as they can.
I'll tell you what you're aiming for.
Sure.
I'll tell you what you're aiming for.
Okay.
Let's see. You are aiming for 12. To give your face powder garlic-like properties. And I'll just let you know this. You've got certain abilities with your wands. You have certain inherent abilities. You're more likely to explode with a smaller die than you are a larger one, but you're most likely to roll a larger initially with a larger die than you are a smaller one. So what approach do you want to take here?
Yeah. I would like to use my charms because I'm charming them to make them look so wonderful again. But I would also like to point out that I'm trained in brains, and this specifically has to deal with their appearance and their aesthetic, on top of the fact that I'm trying to make it garlic. Does that make sense?
Okay. It's one or the other. You're either trying to poison it with garlic or you're trying to fix its appearance.
Oh, I can't.
Transfiguration.
Okay.
What you're doing is like basically alchemy. Not transfiguration.
I'm trying to use my powder and use the magic part to make the powder have garlic in it. You know how you have like garlic powder?
Yeah.
Like
you're
for
doing
food?
Yes. So you were trying to be doing alchemy to turn your face powder into garlic powder.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it with charm, which is awesome. So go ahead and roll for charm. Trying to beat a 12.
Okay, guys. Oh, I could do this. Wait, I have to beat a 12 or I can get 12?
Or match 12, at the very least.
And I'm using magic, so I get to do another one of my little...
you
the
did
magic.
D4.
You get to use the magic die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, so here's what's happening. I rolled a 10 for charm. I rolled a 1 for magic, but I have an adversity token. I have 2 adversity tokens, but I only need 1. So I'm going to use one of my adversity tokens to get 12.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to get this one
Red
that
pepper
looks
flex.
gross. I think this is going to be a
got
bad
red
one.
with flex
They're
on it.
all
I'm going to
red.
hate this. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, only one bean left.
Yep.
Garrett,
yep.
you couldn't have my beans.
The thing
Joy?
grimaces at the sunlight and the smell of garlic coming from this powder. And
Alex is going in. Is it his turn?
it's heading, it's making its way toward the column.
Mhm.
And now it's having a misstep because of the dust in the air. Alex.
Alex acts fast. he pulls out that little like letter opener penknife he had,
Oh,
and he's gonna stake him.
Yes.
I need you to make a flight to get over there.
Cool.
Buffy.
And it's not going to counter because of all the distractions, so that's good.
That's the plan. I'm using my reroll.
Oh God. I can't believe these jelly beans make me belch. This is...
We are going with the initial roll.
No.
I have one adversity token left. Does that help you?
I don't know. What am I shooting for?
What did you roll?
I rolled. I got a 10.
Okay. You make it up to the thing.
What's he shooting
No problem.
for? So I can give you
wasn't
some
rolling
adversity tokens.
I wasn't rolling against him
Mm-hmm.
because he's distracted by you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you make it up to the thing and it doesn't evade your attack.
Okay.
But because you only rolled a 10 and not like a 20, you're going to have to make another flight to get out of there safely.
Fair enough.
You're not just passing through. You run up to it. So let's start with, you have a knife, you have a dagger, you have a pen knife, a letter opener.
Sure, I hope it's made of wood.
It's made of metal. We've established it's a brassy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a letter opener.
Yeah.
It's not a stake.
Should he
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Stack.
Roll fight.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair.
JJ is
And
like, no,
this
wait, don't.
time This time he is. Oh my God. He is going to react to you.
I exploded! Woohoo!
Yeah!
Fucking yeah! Okay. Well, with my explosion, it's a 10.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. That was very distracting. Okay. You get up to it, and it's making its way to the thing, but right when it gets your space, it notices you, and at the last possible moment, it flinches away from your attack.
Oh.
Damn.
So I need you to roll flight again.
Okay.
And I'm so sorry. It's gonna roll against you, but since it had other plans in mind, it's gonna be rolling with disadvantage. You are aiming to beat a 6.
I didn't. Actually, I got a 6. Haha! Because of my +2, I got a 6.
Tie goes to the runner. So it, as a reaction, it kind of like turns and screams at you, but doesn't make any attack, and instead opts to hide behind the column because now 3 people have just come right at it.
That's right.
So behind the pillar now, it's going to take a moment to think about its next attack. As it does so, it's Charlie's turn. He screams out, it's a portrait of a man with very light features. Told me that they're like vampire creatures made by witchcraft. And the thing decides to
Charlie,
come around
say
the
that
other
again
side.
slower without your internet cutting out.
The thing goes, there was a portrait of a man upstairs with a very light features. He told me it's like a vampire, but with witchcraft. It's made by witchcraft.
The witchcraft vampire.
Yeah. So the thing comes around the pillar, and instead of opting for Alex, who's right there, goes for the 2 of you with its sonic attack. It just shrieks this blood-curdling, shrill scream. Oops, can't count that. It's cocked. gosh. These pepper beans got me so bad. Oh, good. It did not explode. For 6. I need you guys to make grit rolls for against 6.
My grit is so bad, though.
All of us?
Shoot.
Yes.
All of us out.
I got a 2.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I got a 5.
I got 6.
You got a 6. Okay. Paris, it sounds awful and it rings in your helmet just a bit, but you don't take any damage. Whereas JJ, you get hit with that concussive blast again, and this time you do feel it. It gets you.
Thank God.
So I'm gonna start marking down every time you guys get hit.
Oh no, I got.
You got. You rolled a 6. No, you rolled a 2. It got you for 4.
I wish I knew what my total HP was. Wait, tough. Lose combat roll. Add +3 to the negative number. Still lose the roll, but can reduce loss to up to -1.
You got hit by 1. Great. Awesome. Take the
Nice.
adversity token. Take the 1 hit. You're great. Sorry. Thank you for rolling, Zach. You did not have to roll. It was aiming for those
cool.
2.
I'm
It's
fine.
it's the pillar is between you and it.
Way
Got
to
it.
show off.
But JJ, it's your turn again.
Ugh. The made by witchcraft. I picture all of the defensive wards upstairs, and I use my staff to try and I hit the ground to try and make a circle appear around the vampire in the ground, cutting it off from the magical source that powers it.
Okay. So you're just creating a circle around it.
Yeah, but kind of like I'm using, I'm using some of the symbols that I learned from the runic class, where it's like if you imbue. Oh boy.
Make a brains roll to see how well you remember those symbols.
Yeah, let's do it. Brains roll. Brains is a 12. There we go. Okay, that's an 8.
Okay.
What was I aiming for?
I don't know.
I like
but
8.
you didn't roll very high.
I'm gonna tell you,
So-
I did learn this yesterday in
I
game
know.
time.
And
So,
which
I
is
mean,
why I'm
like,
not blaming you. It's like I'm not blaming you for getting hit with the sonic blast because you weren't wearing a helmet, to cover your poor little
right,
ears.
but I'm saying like I learned this so recently that it would be in my brain.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you memorized the exact sigil for a devil's trap in a day, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I know it.
You
Garrett
make a
knows the
beautiful
devil's trap.
pentagram.
Uh,
You make a pentagram. What do you make it out of? Like, is it light? Is it
I'm
burned
not.
in the
I'm not
ground?
making. It is more out of. Yeah, let's say I make it out of sunlight, but it's not. I'm not making a devil's trap. I'm literally making like a circle of to cut off magical. It's like a circle, a ward, to ward off outside magics. So it's not anything fancy.
Okay, so it's just a circle
I'm trying to cut it off from outside magical influences
with just a circle.
with just a circle.
It does not work.
Awesome.
Cool. It's cool. Sorry, Paris.
If it's not just a circle, it's a vampire witchcraft thing. It needs to have the cross.
The cross?
Yeah,
I put a
don't
cross
you
in
know?
there.
Yeah, don't you know vampire stuff?
I wasn't thinking.
Also,
I don't know.
was that letter opener, was that made out of silver? Because wouldn't that affect the witch thing too?
Apparently it was bronzy
Oh, it's bronze. Okay.
It was
Damn.
like a brass.
or brass.
So, Paris, you guys haven't had an exchange, but now it's time to act. So,
Put a cross in it, JJ.
You do it. I'm holding the circle.
Okay, great. I used my magic and I put a cross in it.
okay. I'm not having you guys roll magic dice for these because it does not work.
Okay.
But
You're doing
so
great.
Well,
Cool. So, yeah. Alex.
What is this? Hold on 1 second. It's right.
All right.
Is the floor stone? Is it dirt? What is this floor made of?
The floor is wood.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
All right. None of that's working. Although, you know what? Both vampires and at least in
I'm
the
so
Wizard of
sorry.
Oz.
The floor is stone. Everything is
Okay.
stone. I don't know why I changed that.
Um,
Alex, what about the Wizard of Oz? I'm so sorry.
I know what witches in the Wizard of Oz and vampires don't like: running water. And I try to do the spell where I maybe try to like shoot him, and if I can get him to like knock him down with a hard enough blast of water, just kind of try to hold him there.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so you're creating a stream of water, which
Yeah.
Oh, Harris did that. You haven't yet. So,
But I have seen it.
but you've okay. You know, I'll meet you in the middle with that.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. You are aiming for 11.
Great. With what?
What's your
5.
approach?
Um.
Like, you get to, from now on, for battle guys, you get to decide. Just know that you have a better chance exploding with small dice than you do with larger ones. You have a better chance of rolling high with larger ones than you do small one.
I'm just gonna go for broke then. We get the big die out here.
Get the big die out.
Get the water
Fight
running
it.
as fast
Yeah,
as
fly. Fling that water as fast as possible.
Exactly. We are.
Well, I was like, is that a 2? Is it 20?
that
I
a
also
natural
thought he had a
20?
2.
That's right.
Yeah,
So you got a 22 because you have a +2 to your flight. So you got a 22.
Sure. Yeah,
Roll again. Roll again. You've already
well.
doubled. You've already doubled what's needed, but you've exploded. So keep going.
Great. We are at another 16, so that is a 38.
38. This is
Mhm.
awesome. Okay, so a powerful jet of water blasts against this creature. It stops moving. You actually blindsided because you're on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, which way do you want to knock this thing into?
I'm just trying to like.
You could
knock
come
him-
around the
Okay.
back side of it and knock it forward into your friends. Or
Okay.
you could come around the other side and
Love
knock
that.
it to the side perpendicular of them.
No,
about
I'm
that?
trying to knock him. Like, if I can knock him over and just keep the spray and just try to hold him down in it. Is my aim. So yeah, I'll
You
knock
pin
him
him to the
towards
floor.
behind. Pin him to the floor. Yeah.
Because you rolled so stupidly high, I will
Mhm.
allow that.
Yes.
You bend around the corner, and with a alley-oop shot, you point your wand down. You leap
That's
into
the
the air,
alley-oop.
point your wand down, and
Mhm.
water just cascades like a fountain, a waterfall from the tip
Mhm.
of your wand, pummeling this thing into the ground. It is planted face down onto a wet surface, and it's screaming, but you're having a really hard time hearing it under that
Mhm.
gurgling and the
Mhm.
stone face in front of it. Just it's bad. It is pinned.
Mhm.
And I'll let you back off if you want, and while you pin it down, or move however you like.
Actually, I want to pull out my broom and see if I can hover over him and just like try to hold that as much as I can.
Okay, because you're multitasking, I am going to make you roll for this. Just do a
Fine.
flight roll, which I know you can do.
Cool. 15. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, with one hand, you point down the wand. With the other, you just smoothly put that broom under you, and you just sit sideways, floating in the air above that thing as you rise off the ground.
Great.
Charlie, seeing an opportune moment to
Coolest
kind
thing
of
I've ever
gain
seen.
his calm. Charlie pops his head out and says, like, sorry, it's witchcraft, like a lich or a zombie. It's mindless, but it reacts quickly, so just watch out for its claws. And now it's JJ's turn.
Man, I'm gonna freeze that whole thing of water coming out of Alex's wand, and I'm just gonna freeze this thing to the floor.
Yes.
Great.
I stick my staff at it, and I think about the coldest nights that you get in Ohio when the lake freezes deep, and you don't even go outside because your car won't start because you can't find it. That's how cold I want this thing to feel, like it fell through the ice.
You feeling that? You feeling that cold?
I feel it. And you know what I feel? The strength of when you push open a door and you have a bunch of ice and snow on the other side, and you just have to like muscle your way through the cold to get wherever you're going. That's that sheer cold that I want to drop on this guy.
Okay.
With
Make
my
your brawn
muscles.
roll.
Yeah.
And are you using your wand or are you using the staff?
Using the staff.
Just for my knowledge. Okay. So make a run. You get to use your magic die, but no additional boon.
That's fine. That's a 10. Plus.
Oh, right. I should give you a number to go for.
Yeah.
Sorry. And you want this freeze to last because like a cold night.
Yeah.
All right. So you are aiming for. Sorry, I did the math and I just lost it. 7. You just got to match a 7.
Oh, cool. I got 12. Let's roll.
The ice cascade, the cone of torrent water pouring down upon this thing becomes this frosty, conical pillar that is pinning this thing to the floor. You do so well, it does go all the way up to the tip of Alex's wand, and he will have to like actively
just like,
stop the spell and snap it off. But this thing is now shivering. Its cold, lifeless, cold-blooded body is definitely reacting to the immense cold between it and the very cold, wet stone floor. In fact, because of all that water, it's probably stuck to it for at least a moment. So, Paris, take your shot.
Okay. Well, what are we most concerned about? Are we concerned about the sound that this thing's making, the claws of its nails, or are we trying to kill it?
It's powered by a witch or wizard, so this was created by somebody. How can we turn it off?
Chuck, Charlie, what's...
Okay. Oh God. So you know how a wizard who might want to be immortal or live forever can turn himself into a lich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if a wizard wanted to turn itself into a vampire and be immortal that way, but a vampire wouldn't sire it, then it can use dark magic and try to turn itself into a vampire. But this is what happens.
Oh, so this is an actual wizard who tried to turn. Oh God.
oh,
So we shouldn't kill it?
I mean, he's kind of already dead, but
Yeah.
uh,
It's like undead. It's not like they're vampires or ghosts that you can have a conversation with. It's like a zombie. It's mindless. It's a monster. It's oh my God.
Oh, we gotta chop
Guys,
its
I
head
can't do
off.
magic. Okay.
I gotta
And he's
chop its head off. Is that what you're telling me? I gotta chop its head off.
I don't know. The portrait
Have
never
you ever
told
done
me
that before?
anything.
I mean,
Why'd
I've
you
been
get
to a
kicked
lot
out
of
of your last
schools.
school?
I've seen a lot of things. I don't want to talk about it right now. I am a haunted survivor for many
Oh my
reasons.
God.
Cool. So you've all had a conversation, and the thing is starting to try to wedge its way out from under the
Now
ice.
or never,
Go
Paris.
for it, Paris. Now or never.
You're
I'm
the
gonna take-
muscle.
I'm gonna take my silver helmet off, and I'm gonna take it and just like
Oh my
go
God.
down on it, but on the neck, like separate it with the neck and the part of it. And I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm just gonna keep going.
Brutal.
It's like
Sorry.
takes
I just-
5 minutes, and it's just the sound of. Charlie is like, I just wanted to hang out with the mischievous kids, and now they're decapitating a corpse.
Okay. I need you to make a brawn roll. No magic. This is just brawn.
Okay.
And you are aiming to beat, this time, a 9.
Okay.
I want you to know that JJ's fear is kicking in. His fear of hurting someone really bad is going to F him up for a while.
I do have. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I got a 5. I have 1 adversity token. Does
I can
anybody
give
else
you- I
have
can
turn
give you-
tokens?
I can give you 4 adversity tokens.
I
which
would
for
like-
you is a +8.
I would
hold
like
on.
to remind everyone that she
Yeah.
is afraid. So
But its
the
head is
face
down,
is gone
right?
on this thing, but its head is down. So
Yeah.
you're getting up, but you're getting up to the thing. Like in my analogy, like you can spend an adversity token to ignore this fear. But right now, like getting up next to this thing, it's a -3. So you rolled a 5, you really
5.
rolled like a 2. Yeah,
What does she need?
a 9. You know what? I'll give it to you. You rolled a 3.
Okay.
You need a 9.
So,
you
Garrett,
can
with your
spend an adversity token to overcome this fear. And sorry, that was something I forgot to say. You should have done that before you attempted this, but I'll let you have it.
Oh, okay.
But
So I'm
adversity
fearful right
tokens are
now,
being
even though its
spent.
head is down. Okay.
So the
So-
analogy that I've come up with based on
Sure.
this stuff is
Sure.
-1. The snake. There's a snake somewhere in this room. Is a snake. You know, you see that there's a snake, like in a cage. That's what -1 is. -2 is the snake is loose. -3 is the snake has its attention on you. So you are right up against this thing. So I'll give it to you that the snake is loose, not that the snake is looking at you, because this thing isn't now.
Yeah, because
But
it's stuck.
it's
Yeah.
at least a -2, even though its face is down. Its hair is still there. You know what it
So
looks
she's
like.
got a 3.
Okay, you
and
know
she
what? There's
needs
not a lot of
know.
time left. I'm gonna fucking re-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Let's re-roll. I didn't use it last time, but I'm gonna use my 1 this time. Yeah, I got a 9!
Yeah.
That's a 9!
Perfect.
You start cutting into
Oh,
the
no.
neck of this thing.
no. Oh, boy, here we
Bile
go.
is
I'm
spraying
facing
out
my fear.
over
I am
you.
facing it.
You're doing more
You
than facing
certainly
it.
are.
You're defacing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
You're face offing it.
Paris musters up the courage, closes her eyes real tight, grips the side of this metal helmet, and just slams it down into the base of the neck of this thing. And as it cuts through the papery skin, it sprays bile back in your face, and
no.
it's sawdust kind of sensation
Oh,
into
God.
the air, and you start making your way through this thing. But boy, oh boy, does it react, and it is writhing as hard as it possibly can. You are doing damage, though. Alex, it's your turn.
So she's just hacking away at the neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paris, and I'm above still.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Stop
You are
for a
seeing
second.
this in its glory.
Just leave the helmet right there. I've got an idea. And I'm gonna try to jump off the broom above it and just kind of drop straight down onto it.
Like, his foot right
I
there.
need you to roll grit for this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And
What am I
you-
shooting for?
You are aiming to beat. It's getting easier. Oh. Hold on.
What am I shooting for?
Hold on. Okay. Gotta beat a 1.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Let me roll a dice.
It did not roll
I
well.
beat it. With specifically a 7.
Great. Inspired by the World Wrestling Federation that you're watched as
Yes.
a young child, you
People's elbow.
jump off the top rope and elbow or leg or knee. How do you want to do it?
I was just gonna stomp down. Just gonna go foot first. I don't want to hurt
Oh,
myself. on the
you
fall.
just go straight down like a jackhammer onto the back of this thing's neck, and you hear a discerning crack before you get up. And it be busted, y'all.
I don't
Uh,
even turn around. Did we get it?
Let's find out. It's its turn.
Well,
Okay.
that's what JJ's doing for his turn.
Okay. This is Okay, so it's screaming its bloody head off. It
People
rolled
making noise, but we
literally.
didn't get it.
1. It exploded. It exploded.
What the fuck?
Okay.
How could it be screaming its head off? It's been decapitated.
Well, it's
It's
so
true.
loose now that it's not decapitated. Not yet. You all done some discernible damage, but it's not out yet, and it is gonna fight for its life now because it kind of has to. Okay. Boy, I need JJ
Oh no.
and Alex to each roll grit for me.
Oh boy.
I'm doing my own weird thing. Sorry.
You're fine.
12. Okay.
A 12?
I'm gonna average your 2 numbers. What did you each roll?
Oh,
I
well,
got it. I got a 4 plus 1, 5.
Wait. Pluses. Yes. I got a 5 plus 1, 6.
Hey, so they're together.
Okay. So 11 still
11.
doesn't beat a 12. So this thing finds its way to push itself off the ground, aided by its concussive scream, and the tower of ice behind it is now thrown off its back and falls to the ground with a thud. It's back on its feet. It is shivering and stiff, and its head can't quite find its bearing, but it is coming at you now. And we're gonna have to wait until next week to see what you do next.
I can't just take a big swing at it with my staff and just knock its head off completely.
That might be what we do later.
I don't think you're gonna get it in one more blow.
All right.
Okay. All right.
But
Hold
you all
up.
are doing an amazing job. We are approaching the 10 o'clock hour, so we have to wrap it up and talk about tonight's episode because there are
Nearly
so
headless.
many inspired moments.
How could something be nearly headless?
Well, first you have to try to hack its head off with a
With
helmet.
the fucking helmet.
Yeah, a
We had a-
silver helmet. Like
Let's remind you, it's a blunt object.
We had a perfectly good shield as well.
Sure.
That was great. I mean,
Yay.
geez Louise. Love it. Great job. The stream of water from Alex floating on the broom was amazing. Loved that. Paris trying to decapitate something in front of a bunch of under 15-year-old children might be my most favorite thing that's ever happened in Dungeons and Dragons or whatever we're playing. The mirror was really cool to get
That
through
was
that.
just
I
a cool
thought that was
puzzle.
super fun. That was a fun puzzle.
I was worried about that one, so I'm glad you guys liked it. Cool.
Yeah.
JJ, were you the one to figure out the mixing of the statues?
I mean, after I got Deus Ex Charlie saying that our school mascot is this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
I will say this. There were multiple results. Depending on what you put on there, different things would have happened.
Right.
So
sure.
he offered you a clue and you just found one of the better solutions.
Mhm.
In full disclosure, Batman would have gotten you through
Oh really?
because you're fighting a vampire, so you're fighting a bat person.
Oh, all right. Ominous foreshadowing.
The difference is you would have been in the dark.
Oh.
That's all.
What would Tiger Man have gotten us? Tiger King.
This crossed my mind, and I was like, I don't have a solution for every possible combination of these
Of course, some of
animals.
them don't work. Yeah.
Like when you guys said a pan, I was like, damn it, I should have come up with a song
Yeah.
or something as a clue. Because I was hoping you guys would go for Sphinx. There were several monsters you could have made, but Phoenix was the best choice. I didn't think you would put that you could use the torch, but you figured that out. So the Deus Ex Machina thing, Charlie offered you a clue, but you figured it out.
Yeah,
Cheers.
and I will give that to you for that because I wouldn't have thought of the fire being an option, and I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that puzzle too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun
it's
puzzle.
good puzzles.
I love that we made another fucking cockatrice to fight.
Why would
Oh,
always
God.
fight
These damn cockatrices.
Oh man.
Because you guys made like a snake with wings, and I was like, that is a thing.
that is a thing.
But it is a
Definitely
thing. But again, I didn't have every
Like this.
combination laid out.
Wow.
Hmm.
I picked ones I thought would be most relevant, so I went for like the famous Greek ones.
Yeah. Makes
It's a
sense.
good thing you didn't make a chimera. It's a very good thing you didn't make a manticore.
For
Oh, we would have
real.
been
'cause
so
we could have.
screwed. Yeah. As soon as things started combining, I was like, keep the lion as far away from this pedestal as possible, please.
What the hell are you doing?
Anywho, there were some great moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked. Yes, the boss moment of decapitating a vampire zombie with a helmet, pinning it down with water while you coolly float above it, like a boss solving the riddle. Are those our three moments for you guys, so that everyone can vote on? We can keep talking.
That sounds good to me.
I think those are great moments. So while Justin queues up a poll for everyone at home to vote by either typing in a number in the chat. If you're on YouTube, we'll see it. If you're on Twitch, it'll automatically count toward the poll itself. But yeah, I think there were others. There was a lot of cool stuff happening because there was some great RP stuff that you guys did with Charlie and trying to make him feel really good about not being able to cast magic like the three of you. You got him through the front door lickety split. That was supposed to be a challenge, but you just like aced it. And then I also like you guys trying to crack the code of Xander's and Claire's involvement with this school and why it exists in the forms it did not and now does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so there's some.
that's
there was a lot of
intriguing.
cool stuff for me watching you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. I had a good time.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad you
think-
had a good time.
I think that for me personally, the one that I would vote for is the Paris decapitation.
Pretty great.
I thought it was one of those like helmets that has like a sharp edge. So I was like, we
Oh,
played
I
a lot
saw- I
of
saw-
we played a lot of Little Hope recently, which is basically like it was Until Dawn. It's like one of those survivor games, and so they have some grisly deaths in that. And I think
I mean,
just reeling from that.
the helmet. I never described what style of helmet it was, but it has an edge. It's
Yeah,
it's just
Yeah.
it's not a blade, but it has an edge. So yeah,
sure.
you are hacking away at this thing. And honest to God, I remember you saying when you came at this that like you being the adult, looking over like the adult, you're 17, whereas everyone else is younger. And with Anahit gone, you're now taking care of two 13-year-olds and an 11-year-old. So you are. This moment has been the most Steve from Stranger Things.
I was
think you've
just
been
about
this
to
entire
say that.
campaign.
Oh yeah.
And now that you're covered in the bile of a monster from the underground, like, yeah, you're living up to it.
Oh,
I love it.
God. We just got to play Metallica next, I guess. Well, that's not Steve, that's the other guy. Rest in peace.
This thing keeps coming at you with concussive sonic attacks, so I'm
No.
down for that.
I'll have to figure it out. Yeah.
Fighting fire with fire, metal with metal.
God.
Look at that cat.
He's-
Oh my
my
God.
God.
It's been so long since we've had a familiar check.
I know. it's
Well,
so-
we already know what my familiar's doing.
Yeah, poor
we
guy.
do.
Could use an extra set of brawny hands right about now.
Seriously, if we had an orangutan down there, it'd be like, sick him. Bye.
Yeah. It rips its face off.
Yeah,
Paris is
exactly.
afraid, but you're all fine now. Katie, what's your favorite moment of the night?
Sorry, between the well, yeah, I do like I liked the torch moment. I thought that was really good. Because I wouldn't have gotten that. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh shoot, we can use that. So I thought that was really nice.
Firebird.
Unless I want to vote for
Yeah.
myself, but I don't want to vote for myself.
All right.
No, I do want to vote for myself. That water thing was badass and inspired. I'm
Was
taking it.
badass.
There you
It really
go.
was
Vote
cool,
for
man.
yourself. That was really cool. I like the puzzles tonight. I thought the puzzles
These
were
were great
fun.
puzzles, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you. Great. Yeah, tonight was puzzle night. But you got a little bit of combat in.
Yeah.
And we're going to have it continue next week. Same half bat, half person time, same half bat, half person channel. We're going to close out with a poll since I'm pretty sure each one of you voted for each other again to distribute inspiration evenly. So unless the chat wants to do something about it, we'll find out who gets inspiration next week. Next time, Monday, 7 p.m. on Walk on Rules, Dungeons, and Detention. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and sticking with us through the night. Tell your friends if you like it, and do it fast because we're coming to the end, everyone. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the line for our players, possibly. Find out
we're gonna die.
next time. It got back up. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Bye.
Stay safe.